Let's go.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to CRL Asia. We only have 4 more days of the regular season, and also the final day before we go into Shocktoberfest Season 4. My name's G Clef. With me,
you're really excited about Shocktoberfest.
Yes, I know. Halloween is coming soon.
You know, I'm a curmudgeon. I don't like Halloween very much. I'm just like, I just come in here and I just like steamrolled all of your happiness. I'm like,
so
you don't
what are
get
you
to be
saying?
happy.
Whatever you say, I'm not excited for that.
I'm not excited. No, I'm really excited. I'm excited for today's games. That's what I'm excited for. And I'm excited for the new card that's coming out. That's going to be fascinating.
It looks a little too big from the video. It looks like Golem. And it has Golemites. I don't know the exact numbers.
A lot of Golemites.
So I don't know what's exactly going to happen.
Somebody posted the numbers. I saw it, and it's like.
Is it like Skarmy numbers? No, it can't be.
No. It doesn't do very much damage. It but it breaks up into 2 and then into 4. So it like lasts a little bit longer. It's going to be really interesting, of course. But then as you kill it, your opponent gets the elixir back. So that's going to make it kind of interesting because you have to be careful if you're playing against it that you don't burn your elixir if you're killing that guy's thing. Like you have to be able to like place your things ahead of time.
Usually you won't because you will have other units.
Yeah. Usually.
That's exactly when you use the elixir, so you should be getting it back.
Should be okay.
So when you're defending against the next push that comes after the golem, that's going to be like a big push. Sort of like when you have a pump on the back of your Princess Tower. Let's see how that actually works. We are yet to see, and I'm really excited about the snowball patch. That's going to reduce the knockback by, I believe, 47%.
Yeah, pretty significant.
Which means that we're going to go back to Goblin Barrel days. Yes.
All the Goblin Barrels.
Yes, please.
Maybe more Inferno Dragons as well.
Yeah, a lot of crazy things, and see, all the spooky cards are getting changed.
All the spooky cards are getting changed.
Yeah.
Well, we're Group A today, G-Clef. So, DragonX kicks Ponos. Man, Ponos is starting to finally look like the team we kind of expect them to be. They've really started to turn it on here lately. And this matchup, Kix is looking for revenge against Talon. Talon beat them when they met up earlier. So that's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Chaos Theory just needs a win.
Any kind of win.
Yeah.
Because right now, for each 4 days left, which means we have 2 groups, each group gets to play twice only. So they can get 2 wins at the maximum. And they may not be in the playoff after that. So Chaos Theory is certainly looking for 2 wins in a row. Talon, even with a 2-win, not likely they're going to make it into the playoffs, but we'll have to see about how everything's going to go at the end.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much lights out potentially for Talon, but they're going to give it a go. Ooh, nice. They do is that the Naruto thing from Talon there? I think they did like the Naruto, I don't know much about Naruto because I never watched it, but I think that's what that was. It's some anime thing it looked like. We're upping the game of our pre-game rituals. G-Clef is looking at me in total disgust right now.
No, I'm trying not to look at you.
You're disgusted, and that's okay. I understand. I'm a little disappointed in myself too.
Good. Oh,
whoa!
Clone card is actually banned.
Fascinating.
Fascinating and surprising because we don't actually see clone too much.
No.
But against Talon, I think it's a great ban.
Yes.
From a region where we use the least amount of clone compared to West, compared to China, it's very surprising to me.
It feels like a targeted ban. I mean, we know Yugi loves clone. He uses it all the time. And, you know, that's probably going to infect the Rock as well here. So I like it. I think it's a smart ban. And it just kind of, and Graveyard's going to be banned. So Tornado's going to be available. We're getting to see that a little bit more and more these days as teams are kind of feeling more comfortable with that situation, and then they're more scared of other things. Like I've seen P.E.K.K.A being banned a lot recently, and
yeah, I'm ready for Royal Recruit to be banned. It's coming soon. Yes, it was used so many times just within the last 10 hours. I guess 16 hours now, or 14 hours.
Yeah.
Whatever the time zone difference is included in that too.
Recruits are popular in the West, so like as far as like people actually using it now, like people have decided it's good. And here in CRL Asia, like we see it from time to time, but nobody's other than Dandelion. Of course, he's always going to be the expert in it, but nobody else other than Islaw that one time.
No,
really...
last week TNT was also using it once.
Oh, that's right.
So,
TNT
and there are now. I will actually say a meta deck with Royal Recruit, Minor Poison Royal Recruit, and Royal Recruit with the Royal Hogs. Those two, I think it's actually in the meta between the pros. I've seen a lot of practices with those two decks, especially with Royal Recruit. So there's a chance that not even just in 2v2, it might be used in 1v1 today.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet this week is more what I meant. We've had 2 days, so this week's meta, it's not here. But at least in Clash Royale League Asia.
Oh, yes.
But, it's been showing up a lot more across the world as people are starting to figure out that, hey, this card isn't that bad.
Yeah, especially when you have lots of other cards like the Minor, Graveyard. When you have something crossing over the bridge, just make sure that tanks. You can have the Graveyard set up. So a lot of pairing cards. Let's get ready for 2v2. No clone, no Graveyard between Kicks and Talon.
So the last time we had some balloon freeze, that's still available. I remember that. That could happen. We're going back to Onion and Legend here as they're mixing up the 2v2s again for Kicks. And of course, then you're going to have Pedro in that 1v1 slot. But, Mountain and IMJP, they were 1-1 in their sets. They got a little work in.
That Skeleton. And just RG pair up with the Lumberjack and Hog Rider.
Nice. That's gonna. Okay, yep. We've got the tornado. So King Tower's activated here for Talon.
Yeah, exactly what you should be worried about when you're having the Hog when tornado's not banned. So a card that I did not expect to see this early on.
Yeah, but if you get 2 of them in there, they've got the Inferno Tower as well. So this is going to be a little bit challenging here for Kicks.
Yes.
Definitely to get those Hogs in.
Tornado very likely as a spell, and another likely situation you're going to be running into a building, like a cage, Inferno Tower, and so on. Even a few bomb towers like last night. So double Hog, there has to be something else. Talking about it, freeze.
Yeah, I would suspect freeze. That definitely freeze is, you can combine it with so many different things in 2v2, and it's really powerful. So we're going to keep that bomb away from the tower, but down goes the Brawler. And of course, the Executioner, very, very popular. There's the balloon.
Oh, yes, you called it. Then Skeleton pops out, but the balloon still goes to the tower. Executioner, enough damage to take it out before it reaches the tower, but still gets the death damage on.
Yep, all right, we got a raged up Hog. Mini P.E.K.K.A.'s gonna come, and that Hog is gonna get blocked by the Inferno Tower as well. So, oops, bye-bye, Mini P.E.K.K.A. Took a bomb to the face.
Yeah, and take a look at the damage. Not crazy of a number from both sides, but Minor, gotta chip into a lot more poison damage, and Kicks looking for a similar one. EQ.
Not the best prediction, but you're gonna get some serious damage. They have to use the Fireball to take out that Magic Archer. Yeah,
that Magic Archer still got 2 shots into the tower, so less than 4 digits. There comes the balloon again, drawn by the Cage and the Musketeer. Locked on it already, so no problem here.
That Magic Archer was very, very clutch there for Kicks, getting quite a bit of damage out that, and that's really one of the big differences right now in this match. All right, a big push coming here. Executioner is down. The Minor in the back is not in time to distract the Executioner, but a good Lumberjack in the back to take care of that Minor.
Tornado to get everything wiped away, so that freeze was also pretty much nullified. Here comes the Hog Rider once again, Inferno, and they're ready with that Earthquake spell now, Kicks. Hog Rider still stays, but with that King Tower activation, it's not going to get first hit.
It's going to take a couple more spells for Kicks to get to the damage of that top Princess Tower. And what do they have for this balloon? They're going to freeze it this time and then put down the Executioner.
No Tornado even coming down from Kicks. Maybe they're considering about using it for the next Hog, and this time onto the right side balloon, straight on.
Oh, they might have to use it right here. Yes, exactly. They got to get that balloon out of the way, but now there is a freeze here as well. Is this going to be enough? A lot of damage is coming down to the bottom right.
And Hog Rider's not enough. That's a second shot with the death damage, and Mini P.E.K.K.A swing kicks. They got the entire game, but with that final balloon attack with the freeze, Talon grabs game number 1.
Big game here for Yugi Art and The Rock. Really nicely done there at the end, waiting for their right moment to strike, utilizing that freeze. They had kind of a failed freeze early on. They learned from their mistake mid-game, came back, got everything they needed inside of that freeze, waited for the tornado first, then froze.
So I think the big, if I had to say a mistake, came down from the cage of kicks that happened on the left, which was hit by the balloon, and you're supposed to buy a lot more time than just like 0.1 seconds, so they had to use a freeze on the left side. So all they were left was the tornado onto the right, not the cage. If they had the cage saved up, then they would use at least one more spell or an extra cage at the end, so the balloon does not connect like that.
Yeah, it was a little out there, a little early, so the balloon got to it really fast. And you're right, I think that extra timing definitely made a big difference, because that extra second is a couple elixir, right? It's 2v2, so...
Yeah, actually, we have a full house tonight. It's Sunday night here
Welcome
in Seoul.
aboard. Thanks for stopping out, everybody.
I know. We have Seth from Clash Royale team right there. Did you see him?
Was that actually him?
No.
It kind of looked like him, you're right.
Just kidding. It would be awesome if Seth comes all the way down, man.
It would be nice.
It would be crazy nice. All the players would be happy too. But game 2, Talon leading 1-0 for now. Kicks ready to kick back in.
Let's go.
Oh man, if Seth gets here, we'll have a Supercell party. I'm going to bake stuff and I'll make elixirs from my house and bring it.
I'm gonna cosplay as a Royal Giant.
You don't even have to.
I just walk around with a cannon all the time under my arm. It's everywhere I go.
All right. Ooh, Mini P.E.K.K.A from kicks this time. Maybe some switch up from Talon this time. Dark Prince to start off.
Definitely a switch up with that Inferno Dragon and a Mega Minion here. So a lot different here from Talon. Valkyrie in there as well. Valkyrie's getting a lot more prominence these days. She's pretty useful, especially because she survives a lightning. Lightning is super popular, really useful in 2v2 because of all the single target units you have.
Yes, and a freeze for the Lumberjack, not the Hog. Okay, activates the King Tower, but still that's a lot of damage into that Princess Tower. Half HP down.
Really nice push by Kicks. Good, kind of, they used the Hog as a bait that time. They put it out first, let the tornado come down, and then they threw that Lumberjack down, and it just mows down towers when it gets a chance. Yeah,
you would imagine that Lumberjack is for you to chop down a few targets and all for the rage. That's supposed to be used by the Hog, but if the Hog is the one that gets dragged, Lumberjack still does a whole lot of damage. Of course, it was nerfed in the speed, attack speed just a little bit, but still look how strong that is.
Wicked strong. Now there is the Executioner available here for Kicks if they want. There is indeed, putting it right by the bridge. It's kind of an interesting placement there. Usually you see it placed kind of back. They just want to get on top of it and then use the Musketeer to finish it.
So I thought that they were going to use a Tornado because they had the Executioner right next to the bridge, but not going to land it this time. And the Miner come, perfect prediction with the Skeletons. So no real crazy damage onto the bottom right.
Yep, defense very, very well thought out by Kicks this time around. We're gonna have that Valkyrie there to clean up the Skeletons and the Mini P.E.K.K.A.
Early cage setup from Onion because he was leaking Elixir onto the right side just for the Valkyrie and double lava. And Kicks, they don't have any Infernos.
And you can't clone that, it's banned.
Yeah, no way.
I know.
Executioner's down. That's a big problem.
Yep, all right. Only a Musketeer to defend. They are going to try. Here comes that Miner. Good placement of that giant skeleton. That's going to absorb a fair amount of damage, but a bunch of pups did initially lock onto the Princess Tower, and now there's even more. That Princess Tower is very good freeze just in time.
Freeze for the pups. And the second lava will break them, but the EQ low poison, which was faster.
Oh, just barely on the top right.
Wow.
Wow. Oh. It doesn't get any closer than that, G-Cliff.
It had like
Jeez.
100-something left, but the amount of pubs that there were in the air, it was going to be melting down in just like 0.02 seconds.
That freeze, well-timed, saving Kix's bacon so they can fry it up later. Still got some bacon left. Everybody loves bacon, unless you're vegetarian.
I love bacon.
I do.
I'm one of those guys. You know how people put some like crushed bacon on salad?
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys who puts bacon. I guess the right way to say it is I put salad on bacon.
Salad on bacon. I like it. I like the crushed bacon on salad.
Yeah, this moment, 5 seconds left. There's Poison, Baby Dragon Pubs, EQ Log.
Wow. So much spell damage. A nice try by Talon. I thought they were going to do it there. I really thought they were going to pull that one off.
Yeah, and if they actually used all the spells instead of just waiting for the counter spells coming down from Kix, I think they were supposed to win, but didn't really imagine how much spell damage the opponent actually had within the last 3 seconds. Yeah, game changer.
It's surprising how much damage that is. I mean, 216 for the Poison, 183 for the EQ. Log is 82, right? 83? 84. 84. I was like 81, 82, sometime in there.
Yeah. It's all right. All right. They had TVs. They had computers. But maybe not everyone with the colored ones.
What year is it?
I don't actually know. Ask Einstein or Edison. I'm talking about the wrong person.
So now we're going to see a P.E.K.K.A attempt here from Kix, changing it up. They are done with, maybe potentially, who knows, they might still have
They have Inferno this time.
Yep.
Executioner again.
Executioner is really good. Is there going to be a spell to finish him off? Looks like he's close. Nope, they're going to use the lightning. I was about to say, it looks like he's close to fireball range potentially, but I just went with the lightning, get the baby dragon in it as well.
Lava Miner from Talon. Again and again and again.
Super powerful. Oh, it's going to be the Ram Rider here. Makes sense these days. We often see the Ram Rider very much for Mega Knight.
It's time with the lightning. The charge. I think it just got it before the tower.
Yep, King Tower is going to be activated for Talon, but quite a bit of damage already done. I think it's going to get his jump.
Oh, man.
Oof. Oof. That's 440 damage. You don't want that.
Yeah, double the normal hit. The best feeling is in defense mode. Like when it's in jump animation, you break it down in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Just you say, yes, my arrows are stronger than your metal stuff.
That armor, not very good, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the Elis this time, I locked on the Baby Dragon. They use the lightning. Don't even have to. Too much damage. P.E.K.K.A locked on.
Oh, that is a dead tower for sure. But Talon needs to make the bottom left work. They got to get rid of that Executioner. They've got to get that lightning in there. A zap's going to come down, but that's already one. There is the lightning finally, but that's not going to be enough with those pups.
Defensive poison, timed it, had the snowball too, so got to make the miracle happen. 36 seconds.
This is a very challenging task here for Talon.
It's another charge into the tower here. Kix are running away.
All right, now to make matters worse,
is that lava even moving?
Yeah, that Ram Rider snared the lava. To just slow it even more. It's already very, very slow.
Oh. Talon, not too many units on the board right now. Miner gets a perfect block. Defensive Miner here.
All right, well, that is not too bad.
Lightning with the pups.
Oh, just in time here. Now it's all evened up. Well done by Talon.
But an extra fireball.
Yeah, they wasted 4 elixir.
It's okay. So can hold on. They have to defend first, and the other Princess Tower about the same HP.
Yep, okay. It looks like they're going to stall this up pretty well for now. Everything's taking a lot of damage, but now we're going to get the Ram Rider down here. There's still some elixir here for Talon to work with.
It's dangerous. Ram Rider, just one charge.
All right, they They are just ever so slightly ahead in Elixir right now as Talon. Can they get it going? They're going to pocket the lava. Smart play here. You got to get it going with the Ram Rider to counter. Also very smart. We have the Inferno Tower available. Will there be a lightning to come down? No. That's going to be a dead Ram Rider.
It's everything except for one pup, and the E is on top of that miner. Making sure the miner does not get a single hit onto the tower. There's that miner all the way on the back. Good defense with the Valkyrie.
Yeah, really good. But they also placed the Mega Minion there as well. I think that might have been a bit of a mistake there, but they're just going to go right for it. But that could be enough damage on the top right. Yes, the spells plus the lightning, which is also a spell. Down it goes.
Certainly more than enough damage. Kicks. Ooh. Really close to V2, and Talon actually managed to come back in a big, big way. But lavas are usually slower, and when we go into sudden death, the first tower, of course, just grab the win.
That second game was crazy, crazy good. So close. And almost Talon was able to do it. They were so close. Many games, all those games were really good. Both teams really fighting well.
Never like a super one-sided game for now in 2v2. We got to see Ram Rider, which is a lot more common in the other regions. Finally, we're having some Ram Rider 2v2s. I think Royal Recruit Ram Rider is also a really popular one. Where we're seeing all the cards, basically all the cards except for the Night Witch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it seems like there's just a couple cards that just aren't quite making their way into the Asia meta just yet. And, you know, we'll see. Maybe somebody will try it, but it seems like they're pretty confident in a lot of these other things. I mean, they really love, you know, Giant Skeleton mixed in with other things. A lot of P.E.K.K.A. these days. So, it's going to be really interesting to see how these metas kind of meet up at the World Championships.
Gotta look at the next October one first, because it might be Witchland all over the place.
Yeah, that Witch buff is...
I don't actually know how strong or how weak it's going to be, because attack does attack a lot slower.
Yeah.
Sort of like a Musketeer.
It's still really scary, man. I don't like running into those witches in the golden decks. They're scary. I'm not sure. I'm gonna see how it plays out. That one I'm not too sure either way on. I feel it's definitely gonna be more powerful. So
yeah, it feels like a semi-rework on the card.
A little bit.
So we'll actually have to see. We can't just tell by numbers how it's gonna change. Okay, that was 2v2. I said one going for kicks. Now from kicks, Pedro.
Well, he lost to Tochi 0-2 last time. So he's looking for revenge.
Had a really great set of wins, streak of wins at the beginning of the season. And after, he has been switching out with JP, Legend, for a few games. Not really finding the perfect balance. Of course, from the beginning of the month, we were stuck with a lot less variety of decks compared to right now.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like things are kind of stabilizing a little bit in a way sometimes, but then, like, you know, we get players who come in and do wacky stuff every once in a while, like Dandelion, and Iceall likes to mix it up. But everybody else is kind of falling into pretty... Expo Master, I would say, he's got some interesting ones up his sleeve. He loves that Royal Giant Mega Knight deck.
It's a meta where it's really hard to match up and guess what the final few card is.
Yeah.
Because you can literally just mix in some different key winning cards and make it work in a way and pretend like it's another deck. It's going to be game one between Pedro and Totsi Lovac.
I mean, there was a week where it was like, if you saw the Goblin Cage, it was like 100% it was a Lava Hound deck. That's not true. Now a lot of people are mixing that in with other stuff again. I mean, we saw it all over the place for a while. Then it just went literally into like, just like, you could basically say, okay, if it was Goblin Cage, it was like a 90% chance it was Lava. Now it's being used in a bunch of different decks, like all over the place. Furnace 2, not just Royal Giant anymore.
And a surprise balloon miner on the right side, okay?
Like I said, wow, Pedro's just going to sack this bottom right turret, it looks like. That is just going to be it for the Princess Tower. Now he's got a big push of his own, but there's a bit of elixir here for Tochi to defend.
Inferno connects to the Barbarian before the tower.
Oh, I don't know about this, Pedro. Are you good? Did you calculate this right? Is the gamble gonna pay off?
Gamble Shamble Inferno, yes, locked onto the tower. Barbs are actually doing okay, quite a lot of damage.
Ooh, that Inferno's gotta go. There we go. Okay, well, definitely advantage Tochi still.
And you can just keep that on. Pedro needs to set up for another lava where the balloon can literally just pocket balloon, have the Barbarians coming in, or the Miner take the shots from the King Tower just a little. You're not gonna wait.
As soon as Tochi sees that lava, he's just balloon right away. No hesitation. Good Inferno Dragon this time for Pedro, though. The defense was much better because he actually did it.
Yeah. But with another death damage from the balloon will be tower down. So Pedro with this lava. Notice how the furnace is set up all the way in the back, so Miner is going to have a tougher time. Inferno locked on, so push by the snowball.
Yep, that's a nice snowball to Musketeer there. Get rid of that Inferno. That Fisherman's gonna get blown up by some Fire Spirits. Here comes a Miner down on the bottom left as the Barbarians from Pedro. A little off.
That's game. Another snowball for Tochi to finish off the final tower. Oh, we still have 35 seconds more, but let's see lava push here.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly Pedro's got in the tank here. Some Miner comes in to try to get that Musketeer, but really nice Barbarian placement. Gonna take it down. Okay, he's got 16 seconds. No, good snowball there.
Well, Pedro was looking for that Inferno to lock onto the King Tower and maybe finishing that off. But no, it is Tochi with a great defense at the end. 2-1 round counts. First game goes to Tochi.
It's, he's got Pedro's number right now, man. That's 3 games in a row that these two have played each other, and Tochi's taken it in 1v1 sets. He's really, really good, man.
Yeah, with the Lava Miner deck, you have some solutions against the balloon. Not all the time. Sometimes you have the cage, sometimes you don't. And when you have that big of a setup before the double elixir time, yeah, balloon's gonna be much, much faster.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. He gets, just with a sliver of health left, is that Inferno Dragon, so that gets a ton of damage. You're right, great fireball, but then the counter snowball was also incredible there. Then you're just trying to bridge spam, or not bridge spam, just kind of pocket spam or try to get something going, but at that point, there just wasn't enough time left. With that lava, you gotta get those pushes going. You know, they gotta work. You can't do them quick. It's too slow. It's too slow, G-Clip.
If it's anywhere faster than that, I'm gonna ban Lava Hound every single time. Even if I can't.
Lava's so scary, man. I have a hard time with, especially clone decks. They are brutal. When those timings come out and they get those clones, and you know, you just don't have any answer. Like you're like, well, I'm out of elixir, and you know, I've got an E-Wiz or a a snowball or a zap or something in my hand, but yeah, just not. I just like can't get it out.
Yeah, that's those kind of matchup. Not all the Miner lava is like that. Just take out the Fisherman, put the cage. Works fine exactly, and you can draw the balloon and make sure your Inferno is connecting to it better. And then after you get that balloon down, which is not even going to be near the tower, so it doesn't take the death damage, then it follows your lava. Still, your attack just continues on if you have the cage. Depends on which deck you're against, but you just do not know which deck you're up against. That's the main problem.
Yeah, it's like you said that now with the ability to kind of flex in different cards all over the place. You know, if it looks like it's one archetype. You know, you could see a Furnace, Mega Minion, and you're thinking, okay, well, this is probably Royal Giant, and then it turns out to be, Balloon Miner, and you're like, whoa, that wasn't what I was ready for. Because you feel like you're safe. you know, playing that Lava Hound after you see that Furnace. You're like, okay, Royal Giant probably. So I have enough, you know, time to play my Lava Hound here to start. Not true.
Yeah, at this level. Oh,
Ooh.
Graveyard.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say we don't see Goblin Cage with much these days, except a little bit of Grave. I want somebody to go back to the old that Royal Giant deck that had the. I know people are probably like screaming in chat right now. No more Royal Giants. But there was that cool one that for a while that came out with the Goblin Hut.
The Furnace Hut?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also powerful. Let's see Inferno only. Yeah, the guard has to come down to poison. Was reading that perfectly. Lovely snowball.
Oh man. Tochi takes his hands off the device. He's knows.
About to cry.
Send
that poison.
Send the crying emote. That's what I'd do right now.
I know. He had an Inferno and then he says, "Oh no."
Yep, not too surprising that it's Lava Hound, of course, from Tochi. Everything we saw there. And now it's going to be up to Pedro to just defend. And he's got some tools available for sure with that Musketeer. Some poison and snowballs when it breaks into the pups.
I think the best move here from, defensive poison. So Pedro, he's holding and saying, okay, I can defend for another minute at 10.
Yep.
Easy game.
Timing's perfect on that poison. Long enough to take out the pups. Early enough to get, you know, max damage onto everything there. Onto the Lava Hound itself.
Yeah, this is the key with Totsi against the Graveyard deck from Pedro. You don't have too many tools. When you have the Cage and the Baby Dragon gone, guards are your only thing against those skeletons. Snowball with the poison, if that kicks in, immediately you're lost.
Yes. It's just too much.
Yeah, Inferno doesn't really kill all those skeletons too easily.
Oh, those Barbarians gonna make short work of that Miner in the back. A little bit extra damage, but this push did not work out for Tochi. Good Fireball, gets tons of value, but at this point, you know, we're getting the good game because with 20 seconds left and Goblin Hut available.
Yeah, both players, it seemed like a one-sided game, game 1 and 2. But they had the same mindset, and in a similar way, this is them saying, okay, I got these cards in my hands. What does my opponent have? Okay, after they use few cards, if I just use a Graveyard, if I just push it with the Balloon, like right now, they have no other cards to defend because I know what deck they're using already just after seeing 1-2 cards.
Yeah.
So these two just perfectly reading, like they're on the next level of preparation of what kind of decks that the opponent's going to play and how they're going to play it.
Yeah, you can see here comes the big Graveyard with the poison. He's got the elixir all saved up, ready to go. The guards, like you were talking about, basically the only answer he has. Yes. But then with the poison and the snowball, rip, down they go.
Yeah, even with the zap, just not enough here. Yeah, with the Cage Brawler already gone, Baby Dragon was also sent out right before that moment.
Yep, and it was a good final push here by Tochi, but there just wasn't enough time. The damage had already been done, and when you could play defense, you know, even in 2x, it's against these pros, it's hard, man.
Yeah, with that win, kicks on a match point. So the potential final game before that, Talon using a timeout. So game 1 and 2. Not like a super hard counter, I would say, in terms of deck choices, but with their starting in and how they wanted to play, this did not work out. So we had, which looked like a one-sided game. Maybe that can happen again in game 3, but their deck choices seems to be preferring a lot of Lava, just slow pushes, good setups, like no charging, like bridge spam style.
Yeah, it's been very Lava heavy from both these players, and now we're gonna potentially, I think, might be seeing some RG from Tochi. That's what I'm feeling. He likes the RG, and I'm feeling that. Maybe he's gonna go back over to that. Now we get to see a lot more interesting RG decks as well these days. There's tons and tons of them going around. We haven't seen much of the really cheap RG with like the Ice Wizard and the
2.9?
Yeah, the 2.9 cycle. That one was cool, but we don't see that one. That one's fallen out of favor.
It's been falling out just a little bit, but we have a sort of a replacement of it with the Fisherman RG.
Yeah.
With the Skeleton. That's not as cheap, but still really quick in cycle. I think that's like a replacement one with the newest meta update.
Right. You throw the Knight in there now. It's really common because that Knight is so good. He's so tanky. He hits pretty hard, actually. I love the Knight. One of my personal favorite cards to use. So I'm glad to see him coming back here into the Clash Royale meta. And here we go. Good luck. And we've got the Ram Rider going.
Oh yes, Witch buff time. Claps.
Ooh. It's gonna be, could be a couple different things going here for Pedro with the skeletons and the bats. And Dochi's not interested in showing anything yet.
X Pedro's time for X. Ponos?
Maybe.
No.
Nope.
Giant skeleton.
Nope. Giant
So
skeleton.
there was like a giant skeleton hog. Most common one is the graveyard.
Right.
And with the Fisherman, can be okay against the Mega Knight.
Yeah, we saw a lot of giant skeleton graveyard in West for a week or two there. They were really using it a lot. Hunter in here. Balloon! Oh, yeah. I was actually thinking that because a lot of times skeleton and bats are paired together with Balloon.
That could have been a hit from Pedro. But if that snowball actually hit the Hunter just a little faster.
Yep. Really nicely done here by Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
This is, you can't be cycling. Can't be cycling these fishermen like that anymore. It's a dangerous game.
There's no undo button here.
No.
Can't just Control Z.
Well, he's got a big push, and he's gonna get the he's gonna get his King Tower potentially activated here. Yes, indeed.
But still takes a whole lot of damage from the Baby Dragon in the air. That's about 1,000 damage, though.
Yeah, so a really nice counter by Tochi, knowing that, you know, okay, fine, you're gonna put down that giant skeleton. That's a lot of elixir. You're not gonna have enough to defend against my Mega Knight.
Yeah, so both Fisherman is going to do the critical work, how the game's going to end up here. Another giant skeleton just on the right side.
Yeah, this time Pedro's just going to cycle it behind his King Tower, try to build up a big push. And Fisherman's going to pull the other Fisherman. The Hunter's going to do some damage there. Now we got a Balloon on the left with some bats right behind it. Snowballs by both players. And ooh, that's going to distract that Mega Minion. So I think that could potentially be a drop here with that Balloon. 2? Nope.
Just before that, that's still down to 824 onto the top left. In the Princess Tower range, so this one might actually not be too much damage.
Yep. Pedro doesn't mind getting a few slaps there. He's going to get that miner out here. Finally, it is uncontested because on the bottom right, good giant skeleton there. It's going to block that Mega Knight from getting the jump and getting in, and that miner gets quite a bit of damage. So now, Pedro looking to find a way to get in there with that Balloon. Here comes the graveyard from Tochi now.
Yeah, Princess not locked onto the Mega Knight. It's already gone now too. So Pedro with the counter attack. 64 left. Not enough for a single snowball, but a minor shot. Yeah. Going to end the game real soon.
Yep. Oh, that miner's in the back. Try to predict it in the front with the Fisherman, but no, it's going to be X Pedro 15.
Yes.
I'm going to say the full name for once. Giving him it because he got the monkey off his back and he defeats Tochi Loma.
And 2 more crown counts on my Fantasy Royale 2. Lovely. Talon, I think Tochi really had a great game. A third one with the bad pull Fisherman, so had a good chance. But in terms of cycle, it was really tough for the Mega Knight to actually do like a real big work. It was always pulled by the Fisherman. Didn't really go into a way that he wanted to.
Yeah.
It was controlled by your opponent most of the time.
Yeah, it's weird now when you got that Fisherman, because if your opponent hasn't, what was pretty interesting about Tochi's gamble there was he knew already that that Pedro had that giant skeleton, but he still cycled the Fisherman anyway, and you can punish that, but he kind of predicted it and then made a counter push that did more damage. But in the end, Pedro.
Yep. Harder to predict with the Giant Skeleton what's going to be. But the next matchup, maybe you can predict what's going to happen. DragonX versus KA3, both really important match for both of the teams. Stay tuned, we'll be back soon.
Let's go.
Welcome back to Clash Royale League Asia. Group A today. Ready with the second match. I think with the last match, Tix is in the playoff. Talon not making it in the playoff. We've got 4 more teams to actually, 3 more teams to decide if they're making it there or not. And this has to be a good ending for them.
Oh, come on, guys. We can do better than that. Disappointed in both of their pre-game rituals. Just lackluster F-.
Because they have focused so much, too much for the real game. They did not have time to prepare for this one.
No, F-.
F-?
I don't know. No. They don't have to do that. Of course not.
Give them a G.
It's my new favorite thing is to like critique their pregame. Like Talon A with the Naruto thing. Boom. Okay, I'm giving them a B+. The execution wasn't quite good. They didn't practice it as much as I would have liked. I'm just joking. This is all just... All right.
Yes!
Graveyard, bye-bye again.
Yes! Benzer is back in 1v1.
Yes.
I was shocked after watching Thursday.
I think they just wanted Careless to get some playtime.
And also, they needed some kind of change.
Yeah.
Which I already thought it was pretty late to start in week 7. But they had to do something, you know?
Yeah. I think Benzer's got to turn it around here, and he's going up against a guy who's been really, really good this season. Really good this season.
And not just 1v1, DragonX, their duo. True Fast Alpha on top of things.
Yeah.
So they ban Graveyard. JTV Careless, they're back together. Tornado ban coming out from Chaos Theory. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's Chaos Theory is in desperation mode now. They really, really need this win to put the pressure on the Detonation, who has a big match coming up against Ponos, of course, as well. Actually, Ponos and Detonation really put the pressure on them because they're both at 4-4. Chaos Theory at 3-5. So this is these are some really, really big matches. And I'm curious to see. This is the first time this season we've seen JTV and Careless in the 2v2 together. And JTV's hair is looking good, man. You got a pro haircut going. I'll tell you what. I really like to talk about the players and their appearances. Like when Jack came out with the Hog Rider Mohawk.
Oh yes,
that was amazing.
One was actually
that made my whole year. I don't need Christmas.
And then
I don't need anything else.
But yeah, and then I remember him losing that 1v1 match.
Yeah, he did.
That's what I remember too.
But I think if I remember right, Fav was pretty much out of it at that point anyway.
Yes, that too. Well, yeah, that was last season, but this time Graveyard Tornado banned. Yeah, so lots of Graveyard bans. Maybe we'll stay air, and when you expect that to happen, we've seen Expo.
Yeah, you see it from time to time. Definitely here, you're going to see more Mortar and Expo than a lot of the other leagues. There's a couple players, and it's because of the players we have more than anything, I'd say. We have some players that are just really, really good at those decks. That's like how they made their way into, professional Clash Royale is, I mean, we literally have a guy called Expo Master in our league. So.
And not just 1v1, I'm talking about 2v2. Expo actually has 100% win rate in 2v2.
Yes.
Not played too many times, at least 3 is what I remember.
It's not played a lot, but when it comes out, it's so surprising to see it. It used to kind of be like the clone, but now the clone's much more common.
In the battle ramp. So DragonX really wants to push through. The Fisherman working. Good target. Best target.
Yep. That's a lot of damage up on that top right tower. With all those units getting through there, doing some serious damage. 13-20 left. So far, advantage DragonX. Man, they're just so. These two play so well together. True Fast and Alpha. This has been a really interesting pairing that has come together.
Their spells go out really quick. Comes the balloon from Chaos Theory. blocked by that Inferno. Minor actually gets a decent amount. Full damage.
Yeah.
It was near like 2016.
That was nice there for Chaos Theory, and they're still banking up a lot of elixir here. So this is now starting to look a little different for DragonX. Maybe I gave him a little too much credit too soon. Bandit! You don't see that much.
And not
2v2.
starting from, not actually starting from the back of the King Tower. Ready with that P.E.K.K.A. Mega Knight. The balloon still on it. And now the Musketeer locks onto it, but the drop.
Yeah, the drop is huge. The P.E.K.K.A. is dead. That Mega Knight is also going to go down. There weren't any good answers there for DragonX. They just, they didn't know what to do. They're having a tough time with that one, but you're going to get some decent Musketeer damage there.
You can see the feedback's going between True Fast and Alpha in the middle of the game too. So they're certainly having the communication keep on going. There's that lightning, not hitting the Musketeer. The mini P.E.K.K.A. came in right in the middle.
Yep, not bad, but not great. Now the Bandit here going to get her dash into a giant skeleton.
Good block.
Good block.
Wanted that Musketeer dead. Mega Knight comes, balloon. No Inferno.
Nothing for this balloon. The snowball's not going to cut it. Ooh, they got the Ewas down in time. Ooh, and there's a freeze, though. And now that is a dead Princess Tower. 20 seconds left here for DragonX to find something. Ooh, that didn't. Okay, that Lumberjack got a hit.
Yeah, we thought it was going to land a few more shots, but actually only one hit. Down to 8-13. At the battle ram, not going too far away.
There just isn't a lot of great answers in this deck for DragonX against that balloon. I mean, you have Musketeers, but once they're shooting at a giant skeleton, it takes a long time for that giant skeleton to die because you got the balloon coming in behind it.
Yeah, it had the Inferno Tower, but for the second balloon, it was really tough. They had the snowball, and was there any other spell?
What, lightning?
I guess you can lightning the balloon, but that's not actually what you want to do.
No,
you want to pair up with your own attack.
Yeah, it's not super efficient to be lightning balloons. We've seen people try it in the past with not much success. I mean, you could do it. It does a lot of damage to the balloon, but you're burning a ton of elixir to get it done, and then your other lightning bolt's gonna hit a giant skeleton, and that's like throwing a spitball at a cement wall, man. Like not good much damage gonna be done there.
Ewas came down after it actually crossed halfway into the Princess Tower. So lots of obstacles for DragonX for them to actually clear those balloons coming down from Chaos Theory. Just punching in left, punching right, and then a zap onto the left and right in the middle. But DragonX having a tough time coming back into the game. Those balloons, man, you can't just stop them if you don't have a tornado and the opponent has a freeze. You just know it. It's got to be freeze.
Yeah, yep. Freeze is just so good right now. Everybody's using it when there's no tornado. Like you said, I'm repeating exactly what you said, but like, that's like all I got. It's just so good, and you can match it up with so many different things. Graveyards, of course, we don't have that, but...
Or the exact same defensive freeze.
Yeah.
I think that's like the way to block it, though. If your opponent's using a freeze, just buy the same amount of time with your defensive freeze. What
if a fireball negated freeze? Like if you fireball on top of the freeze spell, it like melts it. How cool would that be? I mean, it'd make freeze like way worse.
That's right.
Ooh, DragonX is gonna try it this time. They're like, all right, we saw what you did there. Now it's our turn, but there is an Executioner, but it's not gonna be enough. It's gonna get a drop. And now they're going on the right as well. Lightning coming out from Chaos Theory onto the balloon. So that is, it does take the balloon down, but you're still getting the death damage and not much else out of that lightning.
Yeah, Ramrider, well, that was dangerous. Actually pulls just into the tower, but no damage. 0 from that attack.
That is slick. Well done by DragonX.
That was like elixir golem there. I heard the sound, but...
Rest in peace, Dark Golem.
Yeah.
Dark Goblin. Dark Golem. Dark Goblin. Just coming up with new cards all the time. that is so much damage done already. 12:08 left on that top left Princess Tower.
Only halfway into the game. Yeah, Log actually pushes it back, so the Princess Tower doesn't help, but still strong enough with the Lumberjack and the Musketeer. Continues to the attack and the straight on rage. With the snare from the Ram Rider, not going to have that balloon connect.
Yeah, yikes. Yikes time for DragonX. That is too late with that Inferno. Now you do have the guards at least, and that lightning is going to clean up a lot of DragonX's defenses. That's going to be a Princess Tower down.
Finally, a great spell pair up here coming out from Chaos Theory. Just basically a full tower down in one shot.
I wonder if there's a giant skeleton here for DragonX. I don't feel like there is. I feel like they would have used it already. Because that worked really well for Chaos Theory in that last game to have that giant skeleton in front.
Yeah, freeze was the spell. The reason why you're holding on for such a long time with the rage couldn't it be stopped? It did with the snare.
Snare is so strong here. Chaos Theory looking really, really good. A lightning comes through as well. So much damage being done to DragonX's units. These are some fantastic
lightnings. But the Brawler on the King Tower. It's 86 left. The DragonX hands off the device. They know it. This is game for Chaos Theory. And then they're still laughing, though.
Nobody noticed it. We didn't notice it. They didn't notice it. That's why they're laughing. Nobody saw that Brawler down there.
When I saw it, it was already down to like 860 or like 1,000-ish.
I was like so focused on what was going on with that bottom right Princess Tower. I'm like, oh, you don't even think about King Towers much in 2v2. You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of...
I barely caught it because... TrueFast already has his hands off the device. Like, why? And then I look into the game, the Brawler hitting on it. It's insane. Not what you expect from 2v2 too many times.
No, but great stuff here from Chaos Theory. Coming out swinging, getting 2 quick wins for themselves, and really looking good. You know, they take early damage and they recover from it really well and start setting up their pushes. You know, with the giant skeleton in front of the balloons. You know, you got that Musketeer in the back as well to kind of help deal with any of the air units that are often used as anti-air against the balloon.
Yep, and then how quickly they can actually find the cycle for the units, and then having the perfect spells. They were quick into it. Even before 2 minutes, the attacks were really, really close. So, okay, Brawler locked on from 2,000.
Oh my god.
Keeps on hitting. It's about like 250, about 250 a hit.
Yeah, and look, one of the King Towers was focused on a Mega Knight. So you're not getting both barrels there. You're just getting one. And that that Brawler, man, if you leave him alone, he's like a slightly weaker P.E.K.K.A, mini P.E.K.K.A. He's like it's fast too. Ooh.
Buffy. Yeah, big punching guy.
8,000 trophies. Yikes. That's so good. And he's coming in 4-2 in 1v1s, and he's beat some of the biggest names we have here. Because he is a big name himself.
Lion also a player who loves to play lots of bait, lots of quick cycles, not just the regular P.E.K.K.A Ram. That's of course in his sleeves. Against Spencer, I think this is much more about quick cycles and which deck you actually bring, how many buildings you have. You bring a Zap or Log or Snowball. I think those spell choices, they can make a big difference.
Yeah, you might see some Lightning here, potentially, just because we know both of these players really like their structures, and Lightning's pretty good against those, you know, against the buildings. Maybe, because Lion does like to play Mortar from time to time as well. So, and of course, Benzer is, you know, the Mortar expert. Benzer isn't wearing a hat today. I found that to be interesting.
Was that?
Trying something different. He usually wears a hat.
Yeah, he does.
This is all I think about.
Yeah, game time.
Player appearance and dancing and all the really important things.
You're a really great Clash Royale caster. That's what I understand. That's what I really got out today.
I know. I'm doing great. All right. Line defeated Benzer when they met each other. 2-1, so it was close. But now Benzer wants to lead to a revenge here. And those bats are going to come over with the help of a snowball, really mitigate much damage. That second one didn't come through. We got the noise, but the damage did not come in. So nice job there by Line.
So only a miner. Scroll down the list with the miners in the deck. Okay, first one lava, second...
I think balloon.
Yeah.
With bats, usually it's balloon.
Yeah, a much quicker cycle, basically.
Not always. There's some other funky stuff you can do, like buildings, like, you know, you can see it with mortar.
Well, too many miners right now, even with the bats. Like the giant miner that we have seen. But there was giant Sparky miner too, that has bats in it.
Clone?
You'd imagine, yes, with the Skarmy.
Yeah.
And the Lumberjack getting one swing into the tower. That's 200.
Oh, clone.
And
unless he's really throwing us.
And then he suddenly brings a freeze.
Yeah,
instead.
right. And then I'm just like, well, now everything I know, all the learning I did. Yep, there's the balloon here from Benzer.
Yeah, a quick balloon when the lava's dropped. So bats gone with that snowball, and it beaches the tower.
That's big. Some big damage there for Benzer, but now he's got to play some defense. Plenty of elixir available for him. What's it going to be? It's going to be the Mega Minion, and there is that clone. This is scary now.
Yeah. Just used the snowball. Now he's back in cycle with the snowball soon.
Yeah, he should wait here. I think we should see it right now. Yep, there it is. Good patience.
Yeah, but still a lot of units in the air. I think he was trying to time it for the best possible snowball, but still that many units surviving after.
And this is so tough here for Benzer. He looks perplexed, not sure how to approach this problem that's in front of him, because right away, Line is switching sides. It's the recruits, the Royal recruits.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. You were talking about it.
Yes.
Benzer's going for it, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Not in time. 18 seconds, 2 recruits down there locked at the flying machine, but the second tower is being damaged. So many skeletons on the ground. Raged! 2 crowns for Line.
This clone deck is so scary, and Line is showing you why it takes so much to defend against it. Those baby dragons are going to eliminate the bats or whatever you've got that's flying in the air, trying to deal with it. The Mega Minion's not going to be enough. The Musketeer's not enough.
Yeah, great deck. For, of course, great deck brought by Benzer. Yeah, Blue Miner RR. As I just written it down here. Royal Recruits. With Musketeer, Fisherman, Mega Minion, Bats. But yeah, that's 7 cards. With a Snowball only against the clone, you are in trouble. Yep. One single spell.
Yep, it's not enough.
Even if you have 2 spells, because of Skarmy sometimes, it's just not enough.
Dude, even if you're sitting here at home thinking, well, okay, what if you had Wizard or something weird that we never see?
Or like an arrow.
Yeah, no, it's still not enough. Arrows is better, but...
Or like, Ice Wizard actually does a fine job against the clone.
Ice Wizard is very good, yes. Regular Wizard actually, strangely, has a tough time.
Yeah, it's a little slower, and it costs a lot. So
yeah, he's too expensive. That's the real problem. E-Wiz is okay.
Yeah, spawn damage, you delete everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, big problem, 1 spell when you're against a clone. Yeah, good luck. So same story if you're against like a spell bait. Yeah, good luck with that too, because that's got to scar me. Again and again. Unless you have a bar barrel or a log, you're in trouble this time, only with a snowball. And might be the last day that we see this many snowballs.
Yeah.
With the next patch. I think it's going to be reduced down of how many players actually use. The knockback is not the same. Even against the Goblin Barrel, it's not going to be perfect defense.
I kind of felt like, though, that Snowball and Zap were kind of in good spots, personally. Like, between the two, we're seeing plenty of Zap being used these days. It's in a couple different decks, and including the Royal Giant and the Lava Hound decks. A lot of that's because of the Inferno Tower. You know, still occasionally being used, but and other things as well. Sparky gets used.
I think it's a big nerf for sure, but still a nerf was needed. I was thinking about 2 things. Maybe the less knockback, like this one, not as much as this one, but still, like more of a travel time, like less projectile speed.
Ah, the projectile speed is slower. I think that would have been fine. I didn't think it was that busted. I mean, yeah, it's really good, but
Or
now
less slow on it.
All right, let me put it this way. I'm annoyed because that means there's going to be more zap on ladder, and that and I don't like zap.
And you're a Sparky guy.
I'm a Sparky player.
Or a log.
Yeah, there's plenty of logs.
Or more arrows. Ice Spirit.
Arrows. No
And
more.
the knight back to the RG that we know.
Yep.
Might
Ice.
not be, like, you can't say 100% these days. They mix up everything, but it is the RG.
Yep, and the barbs are here right away. There is that fireball quickly out from Benzer. Now that is bad news bears for Line because that is a ton of shots coming in from that RG.
About 850 from that one attack.
Yep, we're gonna use a log. That means we're gonna get one shot. Good log from the Musketeer. There's a furnace.
Yeah, getting ready to set up for. Let's see, along with the miner, we're thinking balloons, of course.
Yeah.
But even with the furnace, there are a few other options.
Yeah, it's the balloon. Here it comes. The miner balloon pushes on. Executioner's out there, but that is a miner tanking
Tornado.
up. Oh, yep. Of course. Still quite a bit of damage, though.
Executioner, quite beefy.
Oh, he's nutso, man. He's so good right now. Wow, that's fascinating. The first Fire Spirit, man, just to make it through. He survives the first portion of that axe.
Survived through to explode on an enemy. Yes. Now, this RG set up from the backside.
Yep, he wants to get in here.
Oh,
so he can pull everything in.
Beautiful tornado.
Yep.
But actually quite away from the Executioner range.
Yeah, that was a little bit too early potentially on that. He's got to wait for that Executioner to get in there.
So good beat from Line, instantly puts down the balloon.
Oh, that balloon is going to get stopped just in time. Good fireball by Benzer.
But still the vanilla miner straight onto the tower.
Yeah, this is really hard here for Benzer now. We're going to use that Knight to tank up those Fire Spirits. Now he's going to switch sides. And immediately Line says, okay, well, I can do that too. No problem.
Yeah. Line's asking for an Executioner into the other side so that pair up with that RG, making it a lot weaker. Yeah, nice log. Does not hit the Musketeer.
All right, are we going to get any other defense here? Nope, with the Mega Minion and the Musketeer, he feels like that's enough to deal with the RG. And it's right, because it only gets one shot.
So direct threat coming down from Line here again with the balloon onto the left.
Oh boy, Benzer.
So race,
Benzer.
but the balloon.
Ooh, all right, okay. You're going to get the King Tower activated, so this is calculated by Benzer, but it's still just not going to be enough.
Because the Musketeer hitting on the RG, and RG was focused on the furnace for some time. So overall, Line did a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, but Benzer's trying to set up for these pushes, but it just isn't happening.
It's just not as fast, and Benzer's got to use a tornado too.
Yep. Now he's got a good Knight placement there. It's going to get that miner. So that's okay, and this time you're not even getting the death damage, but already you got a Mega Minion wailing away on your Royal Giant who's distracted by a furnace. He's not going to get much damage. You're not going to find much here. I think you got enough to put in front for that Knight. He might get one hit, but nope, he turns around for the Fire Spirits.
Okay. Both players looking for one big hit. Here comes the bridge.
Immediately countered by Line. And now Benzer doesn't have enough to deal with all of this. That Ice Spirit's going to come through. Oh, no!
Oh, just before it does go down, but still the death damage. And Miner did a whole lot of damage, too.
Oh, boy. This one's close, but Benzer is in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get a hit from the Executioner, but whatever. All right, just bridge spamming. This is the fireball available.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is, but already it was too late. He had the log out front, not the fireball ready. He's got to get those barbarians down as soon as they're out.
Yeah, 470. It looks like it's a left attack, but the balloon is being held by Line. You might never know. It might be on the right. So, yeah, good pull, good patience from Benzer here.
Good skeletons by Benzer.
Still the miner.
But still the miner. The good news for Benzer is there is no spell out there that is going to just bop his tower down. It's going to take another minor push with the death damage from the balloon.
They're pushing a lot through, putting everything into this one with that Executioner. If it hits once again, that's almost the tower down, but a good snowball RG immediately from Benzer.
Okay, got the fireball ready. You had to know that was coming. It is there. One shot. Is it going to be two?
One more with that third blocked by the friend, but the log is enough. Benzer does come back with that big push at the end.
Whoa! Benzer!
Clutch tornado.
Clutch tornado. Really well thought out there at the end, just being like, all right, I'm just going to spam on this side, and you're not going to be able to really get that balloon down again. Because it was, you know, Royal Giant on one side, balloon on the other. But once he got that right-hand tower low enough that it was the lower of the two, he can just focus that one side, and then all of the units that you put behind the RG are there, so that makes it really hard to get the balloon in.
Oh, yes. Left or the right. The harder thing was line always responding from Benzer's play. If there's an RG down, immediately balloon onto the other side. And the RG, for a very long period of time, did not connect a single shot onto the tower. Maybe a single shot, but still very far away to actually finishing the game.
Just crazy stuff here. Benzer just able to defend.
So here, Benzer does not use a tornado and saves the tornado. This was a big difference.
Yep. And then he's got the fireball ready to go. Shablam gonna get rid of those barbs, and that means there's enough for the Royal Giant to get that hit in he needs, and of course, got a log to finish her up. That was so close.
Yes, and you also have to understand how far exactly your Executioner can hit when it reaches and how fast it blocks, so that you can pick the perfect square for that tornado to drag the Musketeer. It was just right for Benzer to have that play at the end.
He's so good. I mean, and he's coming up big for his team here. He needs this win. This would be a huge feather in his cap and a great win for Chaos, so they could stay within the playoff hunt in this really tough Group A.
Yeah, 3-5 right now in terms of match wins and losses. And right above them, two teams at 4-4. Might not be the same by the end of the day, but still they need to put themselves up in 4 and maybe into 5 for that playoff spot.
Maybe.
Yeah, DragonX, they're already in there. They're already in the playoffs 100%, so we'll see what happens after this one. Benzer on a match point in Game 3 against DragonX line.
We'll see. Benzer, I think he could potentially do this. He looked probably gaining a little bit of confidence, and here he goes. Right into his comfort zone with that mortar.
Comfort zone with the skeletons, though, and an Expo from line. So two of the favorites, it is going to be the Hogs.
Yep, seems to be one of the more popular combinations with the mortar now. Ice Golem is onto that mortar. Mortar's going to get taken down, as will the Expo.
Okay, if Benzer has an EQ along with this, would be the best to go against the Expo. If he doesn't, might be a little bit harder.
Most definitely.
Okay, Archer, yes. With or without the Valkyrie from time to time.
From time to time.
Yes. Also has a Musketeer. So you can switch out a lot.
Ice Bow. So most likely that Tornado.
Line's just waiting for what's going to happen later. Just in range.
All right, how's Benzer going to defend this? Oh, there's that Valkyrie, yep.
Yeah, it takes a whole lot of shots out of that Expo.
Oh, a ton. But, ooh, that's a good log. Yeah, Benzer not happy about that. That was nice. And now the mortar's not even on the Expo, it's on the Ice Wizard. We do have the Royal Hogs, though, which is nice because the Expo's not so bueno against them.
Yeah, but still takes out good 2 out of the 4 and activates the King Tower with that Tornado by taking very few hits from those small piggies. So Benzer, I think he's trying to hold it for the perfect timing to hit the tower and the Expo and a few other units on top of it. I'm talking about EQ.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Fireball.
not the EQ.
It's
That's
Fireball
why.
and a Snowball. But that's okay. He knows that if he can play good defense, he might be able to just chip this one down and out damage Line. He does have the spell damage advantage. Look what I did there. It rhymed.
Yes, but with the Fireball, that's even more elixirs to cycle for Benzer, so he's got to be careful. The cycle is going to be quick from line every single time that Expo comes down on the ground.
Yep, he's got some defense available for his mortar, but it's going to end up going down here. It's going to get taken out by that Ice Wiz and the Expo. The Expo right at the bridge, and right away the mortar placed in front, but as well as a Valkyrie.
Good.
She makes short work of those skeletons, of course.
Spins, just doing damage to the Ice Golem. And Musketeer does survive, okay.
Yep, it's gonna get some extra damage onto that Ice Wizard. Gotta get a Mega Minion in there because you don't want to take any shots from that mortar.
Yeah, not directly into the tower when you have an Expo deck for yourself.
Oh, look at this aggressive push here by Benzer, relying on having those, but good Tornado and Log is gonna wipe out those archers that I was just about to mention. You're still getting a little bit extra damage there, though.
And Mortar actually doing the damage onto the Ice Golem, and not this time. Last time did the damage onto the Wizard too. So, yeah, really good push for Benzer. Saved up about like 1/3 of Elixir.
Yeah, there aren't great answers for these Royal Hogs in this deck from line. It's, you know, it's even the Tornado's not super bueno against it, and you know, Ice Wizard's okay, but he's not doing a lot of damage. And Benzer tries the offensive mortar, but it was immediately countered with a defensive Expo. There is some, you know, that Valkyrie's getting so much value here for Benzer, just soaking up so many of these Expo shots.
Basically, spells are doing damage to the tower, nothing else. 14 HP difference onto the left side.
Yep. Here we go. These Royal Hogs, you got the Log here, which is nice. But that does a ton of damage to the Expo, and this can give you the Valkyrie in the front. Buy your mortar some time.
Oh, mortar! After this one is going to...
No, Ice Wiz.
Yeah, and even before that.
I mean, it's just fascinating. Both players just have to play really good defense. Ooh, that was, yeah, really well done.
Yeah,
by
that
Mike.
was well played.
Wow.
That combo was really good.
Yep, there's that rocket. So now Lion is going to be the one with the spell damage advantage.
Yeah, but 2 more elixirs just dropped. On a defensive mode this time, from using the rocket compared to the fireball. Good drag with the tornado all the time.
Yeah, now he's figured out this tornado log combo is really powerful against what Benzer wants to do.
35 seconds with that rocket damage advantage. That's in Line's hand. What does Benzer do this way?
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is a big hit.
That is not a good rocket, but it might just be enough anyway. Oh boy. All right.
Okay, 14 seconds.
Okay, if Line can't get to the rocket again, Benzer could do this with the fireball. He's got to
wait for this. Oh, that's a back. Real quick cycle anyhow.
Yep, a real quick cycle. It's going to be enough for Line. Jeez.
And Line takes the game. Tied up in set score, which means where are we going, favorite then?
King of the Hill!
And this King of the Hill, however it's going to go, I'm going to be excited already because both teams has really strong 1v1 players in terms of a lineup. As we know, Chaos Theory oftentimes says a Benzer one-man team, but that's not the same. We have JTB, who's been known as a Golem player, which is not the best case scenario for now. But Trainer Dexter actually, one of the really popular, well-known players for 1v1 too. Carolus, he actually showed some of his skills last time, so that's also great.
I don't know. This 1v1 lineup for DragonX though, man, they're so good. We've only seen them once this season in King of the Hill, and they beat Ponos 3-1. I mean, you've got so many good players in here. You got Nuri, you got Line, you got True Fast, you got Alpha. All of these guys are really good 1v1 players.
Yeah, not too many teams actually, because they also had a 2-0 inside there within the 6-2 from DragonX. So second King of the Hill.
Yeah, they either 2-0'd or 0-2'd most of their games except for most of their matches.
It's really scary. Likely we're gonna see True Fast back in the roster too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was oftentimes in that 1v1 spot last season.
Yeah, Alpha's, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Basically, everybody's really good at 1v1s in DragonX. And, I mean, of course, on KS3 as well. But yeah, if you want my honest opinion, I give a slight advantage.
Yeah, what Paper's trying to say is not us on that 1v1 skill. Yes, it does tick down to 0, but we know who was the winner. We clearly knew who was the winner, so we're just going to skip that. Now, here's the roster. Entry for King of the Hill. Ooh. Oh, no surprise for me.
This is about what I would expect. I mean, you could see Nuri in there for DragonX instead of any one of those three. Except he wasn't in... Yeah, he was. He was the 4th player here for DragonX. So he could have been in there, but they're opting to just go with Alpha, True Fast, and Line. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what you'd expect out of Chaos Theory. Dexter's, Careless, Benzer, probably their best 3 1v1 players. And they have to put out their best. They have no choice. This is do or die.
Yeah, right here, basically. As Talon dropped, yeah, Chaos, if they drop one more match, even if they have one last match standing, I think because of head-to-head, yeah, this actually might be their last chance to actually go into the playoff. If they lose this one, I remember head-to-head. Oh, and it's pretty tough. Let me actually do the calculation.
Go ahead, do some math. I'll talk. All right, first up for DragonX, it's going to be Alpha, and he is going to be facing off against Dexter's. Alpha is, when he gets the chance to show off his skills in 1v1, he's been really, really good. I mean, he took down Kota and Rad from Ponos, lost to Reiki Jones. So this guy, we saw him last season be very, very good at 1v1s as well. Very, very powerful player all around because he can play 2v2 or 1v1.
Yeah, so calculation has been done. All right, because their head-to-head is against Ponos and Detonation, who are two teams standing right on top of them.
Yes.
1-to-1 head-to-head. But because of all the other numbers, like the set count, the wins and losses, both teams are actually above Chaos Theory, so they have to win this match.
All right, a lot of pressure on Chaos Theory.
A lot. The season story, your book can be closing right here, or it might continue to next chapter.
Put you back on the library bookshelf, or are we gonna stay later and keep reading? DragonX, I think they're basically in, right? There's no...
Yeah, they're in. They're already in.
So
it's the last match, but they're gonna get the maximum amount of win.
Of course, you want to have that.
We're gonna go against the worst team from the other side, the other group.
And you make more money.
That's right, from the standings.
And that's, you know, that's importante. Har! Virtus from the Dexters, and it's, ooh, there's our Magic Archer boy. I mean, when you see this, it makes you feel like it's going to be some kind of, yeah, Battle Ram. I was going to say P.E.K.K.A Battle Ram or something like that. You do see it with the Royal Hogs as well. But I just sniffed it. I just felt P.E.K.K.A. Yep. Unless they're doing something really cheeky. Might be Mega Knight, but with the Bandit. Pretty much guaranteed.
In that middle, you see some weird combinations from time to time, but Alpha and knowing the stage and this play style, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be P.E.K.K.A. You're right. There are some that are like faster cycles that do this kind of thing.
Yeah, that's why you want to, even though you take a hit or two from the Fisherman, you want to keep that Furnace alive.
Still a fair amount of damage being done so far to Trainer Dexter's. You're going to use that Bandit to deal with those Fire Spirits. But is that going to be enough? Yes, just enough from that Musketeer to stop the Battle Ram before it gets in there. And you got a Miner who wants to deal with this Magic Archer. He will finish it off just in time.
The second Furnace for our Fire Spirits, deleting that Fisherman. Ugh.
Oh, but that is nice by Alpha. Well thought out, of course. It seems simple because it's just a straight line, but you do have to kind of put the pieces together there. And I think Dexter's is a little, oh, and there's a Fireball in there even. So this might not be the P.E.K.K.A. All right, that Bandit gets distracted by an Ice Golem. She's dead. Rip. But Dexter's is far behind in both of his Princess Towers.
So both players really trying to hide. Guessing it's the balloon.
Yeah.
It can also be, yep. Straight on with that Inferno immediately. Alpha was trying to hide that for a long time.
Yeah, Alpha had a pretty good read on this. That Fireball, not exactly the best, but it's good enough to get those Barbarians through from the Battle Ram.
2 pure shots from the Magic Archer on the left. And with that dash, look at those pulls.
That is, oh my God, 2 Fishermen at the same time. Alpha's got this. Dexter's doesn't have a good answer. There's a Fireball in there for good effect.
And with 2 more seconds in game, Alpha was going to have the second crown count. Good patience, keeping your spell and the right cards against the balloon. Had the highest chance after seeing Ice Golem, Miner, Barbarian, and a few of the small ones out there. Okay, with the Furnace, it's a little less common to see the balloon, but this makes sense. I'm just gonna keep that in front of because he has nothing else heavy right now. And there has to be something that makes a key winning card coming out from Trainer Dexter.
Yeah, he had to play so much defense because of these cycles. There wasn't, the Furnace is, you're not getting much value against a Royal Ghost and Fishermen and Bandits. I mean, just look at that. Oh, you can get that Magic Archer in there shooting at it from forever away as well. And that is just, you need that Furnace to be there, causing your opponent grief, forcing them to use things to distract those Fire Spirits. And if you don't have that, if that Furnace is going down fast, it's basically just wasted elixir.
Yes. As Dexter's actually had a pretty good defense until that moment. At this fall against Alpha, it is careless this time. Not having the best amount of numbers in play this season. But everything you did before today doesn't really matter too much.
Right.
If you win today, if you have a big wipe, that's all that matters.
No one's gonna care.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be like, man, you won that clutch King of the Hill, you 3-0'd.
Even if you lost 6 times in a row, if you win today, have a 3-0 wipe, everyone's gonna remember you.
Yep. That's the one interesting thing about esports or any kind of competition.
Yeah, a star is born in desperate times.
Yep. Exactly. I'd love to see it, man. I want, but Alpha, dude, this kid's really good.
He's starting good.
And he's just always so happy. It's like you watch him and he's just always kind of got a smile on his face. And
yeah, he gets to play his favorite game on stage. And he also proved to the world how good he is. Second game, DragonX 1-up against Chaos Theory right now in King of the Hill.
I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see who comes out of CRL Asia for the Worlds, because there's a lot of really good teams here, a lot of really good players now. It's the Goblin Gang from Careless, and that's going to be no damage from that Miner.
Yeah, gang time.
Yeah. Mortar? Potentially.
And also Alpha. With the Miner, lots of gang.
Ooh, maybe not here. All right, the Miner coming in from Careless. There's some bats to help deal with it. It is the Mortar from Alpha. Maybe the Mega Knight here from Careless. So I like Careless's deck.
Yeah, maybe with the skeleton barrel as well.
Yep.
So Alpha, second shot from the motor. Maybe third before it. Okay, not the third.
Boy, that Inferno Dragon is gonna have a tough time finding good targets. I like the Mega Knight against a lot of these like faster cycle, you know, the goblins and that kind of thing, because it gets that jump damage and the AoE damage. But if you're able to distract it well enough, especially with the rascals, it can be tough to get it going.
And when you do not have a log in your deck against this many small troop of goblins, rascals, or even the barbarian barrel,
all right,
you can be stuck.
Right. Get some bats right behind all of this. Those spear goblins are going to end up finishing off that Mega Knight, with the help, of course, of the rascal girls.
Yeah, there's no direct, like an Inferno or like a mini P.E.K.K.A. from Alpha, but with that many shots connecting into a single unit, it's going to go down. And here comes the balloon now, finally.
All right, the bats are there to defend. The snowball's going to get rid of the bats. The miner.
Oh, it does not get dragged to the motor.
Oh boy, what?
And connects to the tower.
Yeah, you can see Alpha's a little upset about that. Now he's going to get some damage from the mortar on the left. It's locked on.
And depending on how quickly the bats come down, sometimes the balloon goes through the bat, sometimes it actually goes to the side. Yeah, not really happy about that situation here. Trying to come back.
Ooh, I think...
Yeah, bats not really connecting too many, just fireball damage along with that miner. Here comes the big push with the Mega Knight and the balloon on the right.
Oh boy, there isn't much defense here for Alpha. The bats here.
A little too late.
Oh, the snowball. It's in there. Is that going to be another drop? No, just prevents that drop. So he is still alive, and it's actually pretty darn even right now.
Yeah. Miner connects onto top goblin gang, but the rest, the stabs, that was 2.
Oh, look at the top right. Oh, that Mega Knight, though. Rip.
So, balloon, left or right?
Right? Oh, the
what I'm
bats
guessing.
already down. He had to use the bats already.
The fireball miner.
Oh, he gets
fireball
all of
caught
it.
it.
Oh, the ice golem is going to change the miner's target, though. Now on the bottom right, it's over.
Miner, one more hit. No, but
no.
the snowball or the miner, either one.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Wow. You know what's crazy about that? Alpha threw up his hands because he thought it was done.
Yeah, because his goblin gang was caught in a fireball.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a done deal at that moment.
And then he thought it was done again when his bottom right hand was at 10. And it still wasn't. He thought that miner was going to get that last hit, I think, or the Mega Knight was going to get a swing in. Oh my God.
That ice golem was insane.
What? That's so good. Look at this. Are we going to see it? I don't think we're even going to see it. Because there's just too much to show.
After this moment.
Yeah, it was
after
right
the Mega Knight. Blop. And when that Mega Knight travels all the way, yes. The fireball and the gang gets caught. And I thought there's no way.
One of the gangs survived.
Oh, okay. Because they don't spawn at the same time.
Yeah, so actually that was crazy.
Wow, and then one of the miner locked onto the gangs, and then because of that one goblin, it connected to the ice golem, or else it was not going to be.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
How often do you see that that kind of Clash Royale?
I mean, that literally shows you that you know, if you can get that whole gang in that fireball, it's Alpha's game. But one goblin avoids death by a millimeter.
Yeah, Carolus trusting in his skills and also placing that ice golem just at the perfect time.
Yes. Yes. Because if you get that ice golem in there, it'll push that miner around, and the miner will change its mind as well. That was
even though
really good.
Even though you don't know for sure if it's gonna work, you might as well try. And Carolus put his best at that defense. That's why you won.
Yes, exactly.
Like the spirit, love the spirit. That's why you win.
Yeah, really nice, great composure at the end by Carolus to put his mind onto the defense.
Oh my.
and get it done. That was crazy, crazy good. Now he's got to go up against TrueFast. And
Game 3.
TrueFast hasn't played a single 1v1 game this season, so we have no idea. I vaguely remember TrueFast liking P.E.K.K.A decks and some other things like that.
That was before the balance.
That was forever ago.
That was last season.
Yeah. So that just basically means nothing. It's basically what I'm saying. Well, are we going to see more balloon? I think we're going to see more balloon.
With the skeleton bats? Very likely.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe not. Might be something a little different here with that poison.
Yeah, it's usually with just the snowball.
Yeah.
If it's balloon minor.
But it's mortar. Mortar, minor, poison. Interesting stuff here from TrueFast. The Royal Ghost is going to come out ahead of that Musketeer. Now it's going to get one swing in, maybe two. Nope, doesn't get that second. Whoa!
Turns around 180 and shoots, scores.
Wow.
Some NBA moment there.
The 360 no-scope from the Royal Ghost. Oh, that's gonna get that's gonna get some fish slaps. That's a nice little bit of damage for him.
Out of my way.
It's gonna be the Ram Rider here. Just kind of switch this out, the Ram Rider for the Battle Ram. And good pull, but it didn't activate the King Tower.
Yeah, and the perfect snowball here for the perfect timing for the Fisherman to land this hook for the damage.
All right. Oops.
It did not get the barrel damage into the Fisherman.
No, it did not.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why. It allows 2 more hits, not just 1.
He gets 1 beam in there from the Magic Archer. I got really excited about that.
Yes, that too. Good catch. I got excited for the Fisherman. I can't believe myself.
We can get excited for everything. That's okay. This has like been a really good King of the Hill. All right, Mortar, and there's the Mega Knight. All right. So, Carolus really liking that Mega Knight here today. Finding some good value out of good skeleton placement behind that Mega Knight, but they do get cleaned up. And now there's a big push. TrueFast, what do you got? Bats and a snowball. That's not going to cut it.
Snowball leading a lot. Still the Ram does connect. Oh, just before, it actually does. And the Barbarian was hitting on it a lot too.
TrueFast is very much still in this. He's got, you know, he's going to have to find a way to deal with this Mega Knight, and the Royal Ghost. That's so much beef, so much AoE damage between those two.
The second Fisherman pulls it all the way in the back, pulls it again,
Pulls
and
it again.
Not anymore, but the Ram Rider, this could be dangerous.
Good snowball. The bats are going to be just in time. No charge damage.
Yeah, slowed up forever, pulled back and forth from the Fisherman.
Guys, Royal Ghost is so tough for TrueFast to deal with. He just, I mean, he has to.
Okay, this motor actually, connects to the tower.
Ooh, that's really nice.
Okay, only 1 shot.
Only 1.
Okay, limits it to just 1. So TrueFast.
That poison, not good. He pulled the Musketeer out of it because I think he was expecting the Mega Knight. The Magic Archer wasn't in it either. Yep. Oh no.
Yeah, 1 damage from the Ram Rider. And the Royal Ghost. Oh.
This time it's not going to get on the tower. He's still okay. He's still in it.
The Mega Knight has to drop.
Yep. All right, now you're going to pull out of the way of the Mortar, but the Mortar gets 1 more shot.
Okay, is that too close? No, it's not. And the minor perfect defense with the E-Wiz on top.
Yeah, TrueFast just took his hands off. He knows he doesn't have enough left in the tank here. His elixir's gone. There's too much coming over the bridge. He does get the Mortar down, but it's not going to be enough.
Careless. 2 down. 1 more to go.
Well, you play Mega Knight 2 times against Mortar. Goes pretty well. Pretty good card against that Mortar. So Careless, man, we were saying it.
Minor poison Mortar?
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, have a Royal recruits down instead of Mortar here. which was played about 3 times in just this week throughout all 3 regions.
I still think it would have been challenging even with the Royal Recruits, but I think that deck is just, yeah, you're right, is better constructed. The Mortar's a little janky.
Yeah, so a lot of players just mixing in a single card that's totally random into a different archetype. Did you catch something?
I missed. There was a snowball that was supposed to hit a Musketeer and the Magic Archer, but only got the Musketeer, and that's not like a huge miss, but it's still a miss.
Yeah, and it does not provide the slow and the damage onto the Magic Archer. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah. So I think a little bit rusty there was True Fast, because that was literally his first 1v1 on stage this season, and it's totally different playing these games on stage. Doesn't matter how much you play at home.
Yeah, and especially when you bring a deck with a different that mixes in different archetype into the deck, it's 50-50. Yep. Either you hit it really hard or you totally miss it. And this time it was not a total miss, but it was hard to do with the cycle.
Yeah, it was, you know, taking a swing at it and hitting some foul balls and nothing's really coming through, and then you just ground out to the shortstop.
And then you get hit by a ball and walk to first base.
Damn. Oh.
You walk to the first base, but you can't run.
You're out of the game.
Yes.
Broke your arm.
That's how it feels like it. But Careless right now just beating down everyone, almost everyone, and lines the final opponent.
Dude,
did he do it?
I'm feeling it. He's looking good. He's looking strong. I mean, Line's really, really good. But is it going to be more Mega Knight here from Careless? Going to see something a little different from him? That's what I'm curious about.
Match point for Chaos Theory.
Oh, I'm going to get hype.
Oh, I love it. I love it towards the end of the season, man.
Oh, yeah.
This playoff's going to be insane.
So Careless does like
Miner.
He does like Royal Giant. He does like Balloon Miner.
Does not have the perfect spawn. Was expecting the spot because of Tornado allowed, of course.
But I think maybe a little more of the same here from Careless. We'll see if he's going to switch it up, maybe put in the P.E.K.K.A. instead of the Mega Knight here, but he's having a lot of success with that Mega Knight, and, you know, DragonX likes their mortars.
So far, Miner poison from line with the mini P.E.K.K.A.
Rip mini P.E.K.K.A. Bye, Musketeer. Ooh, it's going to be a Magic Archer from line as well. So we got our pointy boys. We're going to square off, and yeah, it's so far looking pretty similar. But that log is good along with the Mega Minion.
Yeah, but pierce damage.
Yep, exactly. Good call. Good catch.
Got 2 already along with that ice.
He's going to get another. His range is so tremendous.
Aha. So big lead already from Careless.
So Giant here from line. He's got a couple things to tank. Try and get some extra damage in. Yep. Ooh, the AoE splash went through.
Ah, the buff working well here.
Yep, just a little bit mistimed there by line. It is going to be the Mega Knight for Careless.
Good poison wall into the damage.
Oh, this is scary for Line. Line does not have much to work with. Rest in peace to those skeletons. He has to use a defensive Miner here to buy himself a little bit of time.
And it's Archer.
Yep, not going to be enough to prevent any damage.
Still 3 shots from the Magic Archer. Hurts enough so that Carlos still maintains the lead, about 550 lead.
He's looking really, really good. Gonna cycle in with that E-Wiz this time.
Yeah, and Lion's trying to set up for his Magic Archer because he has a Giant so that he can actually do the poison damage, but it's a different story for Careless.
Well, Careless is able to play such good defense against this Giant, it's not getting close. Look at all this. You got the Mega Knight who's gonna body block a little bit.
Oh, this
great bar barrel.
Mini P.E.K.K.A. against the Mega Knight, really good deal. Giant hitting the tower.
Ooh, that did quite a bit of damage that time. Okay, let's see what Careless has on his counter punch.
Ram Rider, no log to pull it back. There was a charge.
Yep, and the mini P.E.K.K.A. was eventually placed. It's going to be a dead E-Wiz in one swing. And now we got that bar barrel. It's going to get into that Magic Archer at least, and just in time. All right, he's going to just try the Mega Knight at the bridge now.
Defensive miner already called with the Mega Minion in the air with the skeletons, but Magikarp's getting the pure shots!
Oh, two big Pierce shots here. Snowball's going to back everything off of this Magic Archer. Now that Giant, can he get through? Can he get those punches? Or is Carolus just going to try to outspeed him?
Okay, slowed up by the E-Wiz, but the charge finishes the game. That's a 3-0 for Carolus. Chaos Theory wins.
Oh, saving the season here for Carolus. A big, big victory.
Wow.
Incredibly done by Carolus. 3-0, showing why they brought him back this season. Hugs all around. Look at Benzer. Benzer is so happy right now. Benzer is really emotional.
Yeah, it has to be a touching moment for them, where they could have been literally out of the season right now. They come back, and still for DragonX, they already made it to the playoffs, but this has to be a big loss for them.
It's tough, but when you go against these teams that have everything on the line like this, you know, it's like Sun Tzu says, man, you don't ever want to go against an opponent who's completely backed up against the wall that has no other options, because they will fight with everything they have.
Yeah. Big claps to Chaos Theory for having this big, big win. JTB's so happy. And yeah, they're clapping each other. I'm pretty sure they were looking at DragonX too.
Yeah.
Good sportsmanship from both teams right now.
Yeah, there's great sportsmanship all around here in Clash Royale League Asia. Chaos Theory, man. I mean, that, like you were saying, you have these moments and everything that you didn't do well before for Carolus, it's all water under the bridge now. Forget it.
Nope. They're continuing into their next match until the final day of Group A. Before we go into the final day, we've got the last match for tonight. Middle of the pack. This is also really important. Detonation Gaming versus Ponos in 7 minutes.
Let's go.
Welcome back, it's time. Ooh, is it me or is this room getting really heated up from all the games?
It's warm now. I feel like I just drank a pot of coffee after those games. Careless, shocking with a 3-0, saving Chaos Theory. Man, next week is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then JTV after in the middle of the break says, I'm so scared. Yes.
They won the 2v2 handily, though.
Oh,
so.
which team?
Oh, they're
It's your
both
time,
good.
paper thin.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. They're like doing hakas, I think. I think these are hakas. They're doing kind of the same thing. I like it. All right.
Ponos has more action and rhythm to it.
Their timing is really good. They're not doing it to
I
the
like
music,
I like
but-
the formation of Ponos a little better.
Yeah.
No, they're like 2-2.
Yeah. Okay, Ponos A, Detonation Gaming A-.
Okay, exactly what I thought too. And they're tied. 4-4 plus 1, 4-4 plus 1, basically tied. And the winner today, between the two Japanese. Oh.
I like it. That is what I'm talking about. The Japanese teams have got this down, man.
Yes.
They are good at this.
Tornado Band, Giant Skeleton Band. I was wondering because Detonation was not coming up to the stage for a second. Hana x Hana in 1v1.
Yeah.
Mikan Bo, yeah, is back, man.
Well, I mean, it's different every week for Ponos. It's Mikan Boya's turn, I guess. Although he will be the first one to play 3 1v1 sets for Ponos, so they're not going to go to Tengat or Kota here.
Yeah, because he started off playing a few more compared to others. I think that's the reason.
Well, he did beat, he beat Tochi, lost to Benzer.
Yeah, like long time ago.
Yeah, that was forever ago.
Like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a patch ago, so it doesn't matter. Well, it's Hane's. He hasn't had much success. I mean, he did beat Careless, so after what we just saw from Careless, makes it pretty impressive. But he lost to Tochi, so in the laws of
laws of nature and the 7 stars and the gravity from the sun. What are you talking?
Mikan beat Tochi. And Hane lost to Tochi, so Mikan, I don't know. He should win, but by that, but you never know in Clash Royale.
Yes. So right now in Clash Royale, the meta feels like, how Jupiter used to be a star? Now it's not anymore, so everything we learned from the science class is broken.
Jupiter used to be a star?
Didn't we have like...
No, not Jupiter. Jupiter was never big enough.
I mean, the smallest one, last one.
Pluto!
Yes.
Oh, Pluto used to be a planet.
Planet, yes.
Ah, okay.
That's what I was talking about. You got everything worked out, though. So everything that we learned from the science textbook, which was not a fact. It feels like that right now in the meta. Like everything that we know, turn that sort of upside down, and because the players can't play anything.
It's just wild. I mean, everything is good to go. Is that a Ponos fan? And then I think somebody walked in front of the camera.
I think exactly.
Rikey's laughing.
I'm pretty sure all the commentators and all the entire staff went like, "What just happened?"
Yeah.
We faded into black.
I think Rikey saw it and was laughing. And then Rad is just so focused. All right, there we go. Ponos win. Let's go, Ponos boys. A lot of fans are coming out here.
Yeah,
for different teams. It's pretty cool.
It's really, really cool.
Maybe they know Rikey.
Rikey's extra happy today, too.
I know, he's always happy. But now we're getting like...
It's game time, though.
All right.
Game 1 between Detonation Gaming and Ponos. Joker Tempura or Rikey Jones and Rad.
We got our Steam Jets back. Those are really
call
loud.
It Steam Jack?
Well, I don't know what they are. What are they called? Like the...
Special effects.
Well, that's not specific enough. That's a generalized
term. You want like a chemical term, like CHO2 minus O2
now you're getting too specific.
H3?
You went the other way with it. I don't know. Anyway,
I have no idea. What
they're back. That's all I care. That's all I care about. Yes. Ooh.
Spooky time.
Spooky time in 2v2. And there you go.
Ready to go with the Royal recruits.
Finally.
I was screaming for days for this moment. 3 Musketeers?
What? We never see this. What is going on? What are we seeing right now? We never see this in 2v2.
So I guess our Pluto talk actually worked out okay.
Somebody's gonna have a Sparky next.
Okay, Fireball was used for the Musketeers. The Flying Machine does survive. Back to the Royal Recruits again, just like the West. We've seen it 8 hours ago. We're seeing it in Asia. Oh man.
Made short work of that miner. And so most of that damage, or all that damage. Oh no!
Oh, it locked onto the tower before and then missed Snowball.
That was Joker threw his hands up. He knew that that was a mistake. But
Yeah.
he's like, all right, we got this, no problem.
And also Tempura just saying, okay, 2 elixirs, whatever.
So basically, you're just getting that Royal Hogs,
Yeah, I mean.
3 Musketeers deck brought into the 2v2 now.
Yeah, look at the split and the split defense. That's pretty cool, and you got double that.
I feel like, you know, if Detonation plays it right, they have a pretty decent counter with this. Here comes the balloon.
Just a counter push onto the left side.
Oh,
and
there's a
freeze.
That's a really good.
And executioner defense at the bottom left, so it's not as bad.
Not as bad. That was actually weathered pretty well there by Ponos. They did a good job holding on to that.
Oh, 2 bats locked onto it. Wow. So lots of aggressive moments coming out from both teams with Royal Recruits back again along with the balloon onto the right.
Yeah, okay. They have a Flying Machine and an E-Wizard, so that balloon's going to get stopped up, assuming there's no freeze. No, there's not. And the Royal Recruits, pretty good.
4-4 on the left, but still the Hogs are doing a decent amount of damage with the poison. It should be really low what's left on the left bottom.
Yeah, bottom left is well within spell range. Not quite log range, but they don't have a log, so yeah, there it goes. All you need is a miner. And all right,
balloon raged up.
Is it gonna connect? Oh, a great snowball and some bats. Gonna drag that balloon around, and I think this is going to be Ponos. Well, the 2v2, the best 2v2 team we have in Clash Royale League Asia.
Other than DragonX?
I think, like, historically.
Historically, yes. And this pair.
This pair is really good. This pair didn't lose last season in 2v2s during the regular season. That's how good they were. They didn't lose a set.
That's why they're so good during the season, I mean.
Yeah.
In terms of match record, yeah, this snowball. Yeah, 1 snowball misses, 1 snowball saves the day.
Good freeze here, but the bats come down right afterwards, so that only limits it to 1 drop from the balloon. Those bats, so cheap.
Yeah, recruits are really good. But Ponos had back-to-back Royal Hogs to make the recruits, because they don't move as fast, they're actually pretty slow.
Yeah, they're really slow, actually.
So they were trying to make the piggies for them to travel more distances without doing damage, so the Princess Tower can actually take it away when they cross the bridge. So good use of those Royal Hogs, even after they were against lots of Royal Recruits. It wasn't really stopped perfectly all the time. It was at least hitting good couple hundreds. And along with their offensive poison, it was working out okay from Ponos' side.
Yeah, and Raiki's love of the 3 Musketeers comes through once again. He is one of our most prominent users of that card here, and he's finally found a way to work it into 2v2.
And they took a game, so the team will be okay with it too.
Well, usually it's really risky to run. Oh my God, border. Here we go.
In 2v2?
You know what? Never mind. I know. I'm done with the point I was gonna make, because now things are much more interesting than what I was gonna say. Wow.
Then Archer just to back up. The Rascals, we might actually see the barrels too, along with this. It doesn't seem like just the motor, it's a miner instead, going all the way in the back. No tornado, of course.
All right, the Fisherman's pulling some stuff that's up by the bridge into him and taking them out, so nothing's connected really yet from this mortar. There's a Dark Goblin back there. That Goblin Brawler's dead. They have something, yeah, they got bats for the Musketeer, but Graveyard.
Yeah, Princess Tower locked onto Pekka with the skeletons. Fisherman only grabs 1, and the freeze on top. Executioner even connecting.
Ponos just had nothing ready for that.
That power was gone already.
Melted. You see how many skeletons were alive?
Yeah.
Like, jeez.
And the fisherman grabs 1 out of like 100 out of it. That was a moment. There were like 11 right next to it.
That's where the fisherman is almost completely useless.
And that's actually one of the reasons why Royal Recruit came into the meta, because of fishermen. So it's harder to actually grab what you want out of all the pool.
Right. Same with Giant Skeleton when we saw it a lot more.
Yeah, in a different way.
Right.
Here comes the minor bat push with the Dark Goblin.
Yep. And there's the Baby Dragon there to help deal some damage being done on this bottom right Princess Tower, but we're going to get into double elixir here. What does Ponos have up their sleeve to turn this around? More mortars.
More, and more cycle. That Detonation, they're just buying time.
Yep, they know. They can keep throwing junk in front of that mortar, distract it. It's going to be the Mega Knight now.
And Executioner survives still, and a good defense against the Miner.
Goblin Cage placement right next to the mortar up there. Now the Brawler is going to start wailing away. He gets pulled by the Fisherman. So, okay, a shot comes in. Okay, now, is there a rocket on the back for Ponos here?
And a shot from the Fisherman. Okay, 331. Rocket does finish the tower, but against another graveyard now.
Oh boy. This is where the problem was. Good freeze, good poison. Is there enough defense here? The archers are in, they're okay.
The P.E.K.K.A. locked onto the Miner 4 now, but after that it's gone. But the Baby Dragon's still doing a little too much, down to 269.
Yep, now we just need a poison and a snowball. And that's gonna be all she wrote here for Detonation. Goblin Cage gonna buy them plenty of time to set up.
Yeah, that freeze was
you can just do this.
too
Perfect. Pocket Musketeer.
At the moment the Dark Goblin came outside of the King Tower, it came from the behind King Tower, and you perfectly freeze it, poison it so it goes away, and your skeleton's attaching to it. Really good use of all the spells. It synergized really well.
Yeah, and the first time that the graveyard came out for Detonation, when they pounced, when they went for that graveyard, the Dark Goblin was already out and ahead. So the best counter that Ponos has available really for the graveyard is already dead. And then all of a sudden, Ponos has no answer. They've got nothing left that can deal with that graveyard. Archers aren't bad at dealing with graveyards. Not quite as good as a Dark Goblin, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, but if you're using like the Archer and or the Rascals even, which is a lot more expensive, or like the Dark Goblin, right after that, they're going to be all caught in poison then before they cross the bridge. So they have to really, Ponos really have to think about how much do we actually put into this graveyard. Is the freeze coming down or not? So it's really hard to predict what's exactly going to happen against the graveyard, which makes it impossible to defend it perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. It's so hard. It's because that freeze, it's weird because you gotta guess when you almost gotta like kind of predict when they're gonna do it. You gotta be like, all right, they're gonna do it right away. Are they gonna try to do it when they've got a bunch of skeletons up? Like there's that moment a lot of times with the graveyard where there's like 8 skeletons that are alive, and you're waiting, you know, to either do the freeze, or if you're the opponent, your snowball or your log or whatever you've got.
I think freeze is strong because it's like a zap. It's immediate. It comes down immediately and it freezes everything. If it comes down from the center and then freezes slowly into a bigger circle, then it might be okay. But when you're putting a unit down, it takes time to deploy, and then the unit actually is frozen for like 2.2 seconds, and then it starts attacking. So I think that's the reason why the freeze spell, it's really hard to predict and you have to be on top.
Yeah. Well, it was a timeout here for Ponos. They want to make sure that they take this 2v2 set, of course. I mean, they're the masters of 2v2, and they want to show off. I like the idea. Ponos trying something a little goofy after winning that first game. You know, that's when you can kind of bring out something like that isn't, you know, really battle-tested. You don't see it a lot in the 2v2 meta. You've already won a game. You feel confident. Try to completely throw your opponent off guard, but it was just, there weren't many answers available for that graveyard freeze there because it was so well done by Detonation.
Yes. Game 3 time. tied 1-1, of course, when we go into Game 3. The banned stage, Giant Skeleton, Tornado, and Witch deck this time. The motor did not really work too well for Ponos.
Expo this time from Ponos.
You never know.
You never know. They'll try anything. Hogs, they like the Hog Rider. There's no Tornado.
Are we missing anything?
I mean, we might as well just mention every card. All right, back to the recruits for Detonation Gaming.
Musketeer onto the right side.
Okay, it's going to be a Baby Dragon. Good counter to the recruits. And a Dark Prince as well, and the Mega Knight.
They got a lot of area damage, so all the recruits are not as effective now.
Yep. There's a Lumberjack on the right, but he's going to get taken down by the Musketeer, and that is a healthy Musketeer that's going to come through. Left-hand side, though.
The Musketeer!
Oh, no, the Executioner got pulled into range. So is he going to get another axe? No, just in time with the log.
But one is good enough for 500, over 500 damage.
It hurts. It hurts. He does so much damage now. 2 axes.
It sends you back
so
all
much.
the way back to 2016.
Oh, God.
It's a long time ago.
It's a long time ago, man. All right, yeah, they're right back to this balloon. There is an Inferno Tower, but against the recruits, that's not, you're just buying time with the balloon, I get it.
The balloon deletes it.
Oh, boy. Oh, just in time.
The death damage connects into a lot of units together. So that's actually not bad. Also connects to the tower, of course, Detonation, even though they did not really land the balloon. There's still a lot of damage on that.
What's going to be the win condition here for Ponos is my real question. There's only one more card left in Rad's hand. Oh, there's that freeze again. Oh, it's a defensive freeze.
Freeze plus. Yeah, it's got to be a good graveyard. I think
you're right.
They really have to time it for it because they're always waiting for that recruits. So minor balloon again from Detonation going all the way on top.
That balloon gets pushed pretty far out there. So that was really nice defense from Ponos that time. They have a lot of units streaming across both sides. Right-hand side gets dealt with by the Executioner. There indeed is the graveyard. Some skeletons already getting hits in. A snowball is used. Are we going to see the freeze? I don't think so at this point. They got enough damage out of it. They don't need to waste the freeze.
Yeah, good 600 on it and a good drag. Clutch time with that Inferno Tower, not even having the death damage onto the top right. Top left, about the same HP.
That Executioner just melts that Baby Dragon. So much damage.
This time without that tower, though.
Yeah, there's no tower in the hand. Oh my goodness. They have to use that freeze defensively. Not what Ponos wants, but they're able to avoid critical damage.
This many units, troop coming down all the time, makes it really hard. Again, locked by lots of recruits.
Yep. Good placement. There's a freeze here from Detonation. That is a raged up balloon.
That's game with the fireball and the death damage from the balloon. Detonation brings down a very strong pair of Ponos.
Yeah, that was really well done. Going back to that deck they wanted to use the first time around, and there just wasn't enough answers for those balloons. They had to use so much elixir to deal with those balloons.
Yeah, also Inferno never locking onto the balloon. This made Ponos spend extra elixirs just in case. Okay, what if this tower just goes down to the balloon and then balloon survives into the tower? And it's reaching for the death damage all the time. We got to do something about these recruits. We got to bring it down before it gets to the tower.
Yeah, so definitely Ponos didn't quite have the right read, because if the recruits are coming out, you're probably thinking more bomb tower or something like that.
Or yeah, just lots of splash compared to just single target damage like the Musketeer. Or at least like a poison spell like game number 1 or 2.
I mean, the deck that Ponos brought makes me think that they were expecting Lava Hound, just based on what I was seeing with the Inferno Tower, the Executioner, the Musketeers. That's my guess.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Oh.
and 9.
I mean, they're zapped, but it was too late.
Yeah.
Too late. And then, yeah, everything just dies to poison and freeze. And you have to send a defensive miner to try to buy time against P.E.K.K.A. That's not good, while the baby dragon just sits there and belches away.
Yeah, Detonation, they threw down 2 snowballs to slow it down as much as possible, even though there were nothing else connecting to it. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Royal Recruit's one of the absolute, like, worst things to have the Inferno Tower for.
Yeah, good zap there at the end, too. Yeah.
Really nicely done there. Detonation now, Mikan Booyah going up against Hane x Hane. A lot of pressure on Mikan here. Because whoever loses this, they're going to be at the same score as Chaos Theory, 4 and 5. Yes, that was right. When he played his first 2v2 against Pedro, he just played Giant Skeleton stuff and lost. And then, you know, he came back and played much better the second time around because he didn't play the exact same deck 2 times in a row.
So for Ponos, they won against Detonation already. To have a head-to-head higher up, Ponos is the one that's supposed to win. If Detonation takes this head-to-head higher, so I think they're basically in the playoff with this matchup. So we have to do some more, maybe some more detailed calculation after that. But from what I see right now, I think Detonation with this win, if they grab it right now, playoff.
Wow.
Yeah, because of head-to-head.
Oh, because of head-to-head.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's only... Wow. Yeah, there's just next week. Well, what is Hane x Hane going to bring? He likes the Giant Skeleton. We've seen it a lot from him. The other deck he brought, Goblin Giant Sparky. Mikan Booyah, he's all over the place. He plays tons of stuff. Well, all right, here we go. This is a really important match for Ponos, and of course, Detonation.
Bar barrel.
Bar barrel. Mikan looks like he's setting up for Mortar, but we don't... He doesn't play it.
Maybe just the Mega Knight.
That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm just like, Mikan... Yeah.
The Inferno, a lot more chances for the Mega Knight to come.
Yep, there's the Skeleton Barrel. So, yep. Pretty much feels like Mega Knight now. And we're going to get that Miner Bats on the bottom right. Whoa. There's, you missed one of the bats there, Hane. That's going to be some extra damage.
Yeah, a couple more hundreds. 3 more bat hits. Not as bad though. So Mikan's deck also from the green side called Mecheleton Miner deck.
Mecheleton?
Yeah, Mecheleton Barrel Miner deck.
Sounds like, it's a Giant Skeleton here from Hane, so probably going to be that graveyard.
It takes too much damage from all those skeletons though.
Yeah, it does take a bunch. And the Miner got a few swings in.
Yeah, you want that Giant Skeleton to do the defense, but not to take that much damage before it crosses.
Oh no! Mikan! That Giant Skeleton got too close.
900.
That's no bueno.
It was hard. I think he was trying to... Because he had the gang near the bridge, I think he was trying to draw it away from the tower.
Yeah.
But it just continued to march into the tower instead.
It was too late. The gang came down too late. The Giant Skeleton had already decided.
He decided that he's going to go?
It decided.
Yeah.
It's the decider.
Has no brain. It's just skeletons, man.
Well, then how do they move?
That's a good question. By program.
Programming. Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's even, basically.
Yeah, Mikan really forcing the issue onto the other side, onto the left this time with the Miner, but the skeletons?
Yeah, the baby dragon, but you're going to get a couple hits from those skeletons because it can't get all of them because of the way it spreads.
Mikan's ready with that Inferno against a giant skeleton. And lots of small troops.
Yep, the Hunter is going to be over on the right to deal with all of this. So much coming in here for Mikan. He's going to switch gears. The Miner is not in time to give the Inferno Dragon a shot, but yeah, the spears are connecting. That's going to be tower down.
Oh, left and right, left and right. Hane had a tough time defending against all those mini units. So Mikan takes game number 1. Wasn't perfect, but after he had the control over the cycle, it was his day. Left or the right, the barrel, the bats, Goblin Gang, Spear Goblins, Miner.
I
Control
want
for days.
to see exactly how much elixir Mikan had once we get to the replay when that giant skeleton got through, because I'm curious if it was indecision or if he just I didn't quite catch it at the time. He's got enough.
Yeah, he had 4.
Yeah, he had enough. It was just...
I think he was deploying the Spear Goblins first, all the way in the back against the graveyard, and then he moved out to the gang.
He might have had a mistouch in there. You know that happens sometimes when you think you touched something and you haven't?
I think if he had the gang first and then the Spear Goblins, maybe a different story that does not take the death damage.
Yeah.
But some more damage from the graveyard skeletons.
Right.
So, but still a good control. Other than that,
yes.
At that moment, yeah, had the game in his hands.
Oh yeah, he played great. He really had that well read. Hane.
Yeah, coach saying,
please don't play Giant Skeleton Graveyard anymore.
Yes.
That's the 4th time you've played it.
I want to go to the playoffs.
Can we please not play that deck?
Yes, 2 players, well, coach and a teammate, still convincing him what to play.
Well, if history repeats itself, it's going to be Goblin Giant Sparky.
Well, I think he made up his mind already, though.
He's not even listening to the coach. He's like, no, I'm playing Giant Skeleton Graveyard again, coach.
See, timeout from Detonation. Yeah, it's actually Ponos who has to come up. They lost the first set 2v2. Mikan trying to make a big comeback. What else do you play? You got the cycle against the Mikan. Hane had at least the bar barrel to delete lots of goblins.
Yeah. The bar barrel's a nice choice there, but at the end of the day, there just isn't much that can really deal with that spam. There wasn't much else that can deal with the spam. Yeah, you've got the baby dragon, but like I was saying, against the skeleton barrel, the baby dragon is actually not like super amazing, because when it pops, the skeletons are split into like an O shape, and the baby dragon's only gonna get like 4 of them, not all, or 6 or whatever. It's not gonna get all 8 that come out.
Well, game 2 time, Mikan leading 1-0 against Hane x Hane.
Mikan's got the stance, the classic Mikan stance where he's always moving his eyebrows all the time too.
Testing waters, Spear Goblin saying, okay, got a similar deck. Okay, it might just be the same.
It might just be the exact same. It might be the exact same from Hane too, we don't know. Yep, okay, I guess we're just gonna do this again, G-Clef.
Yep, cycle.
Deja vu.
Left locks on the giant skeleton, that's good. Snowball catching all the bats, not bad.
Yeah, that bar barrel missed one of the skeletons, so gets an extra hit in. And the bomb goes boom. And
about the same elixirs at the end of the day. Mikan in total did about 1,000.
Yeah.
And he can still cycle left and right.
I'm just at a loss of words right now. I'm just so shocked. I mean, Mikan, I get why he went back to the same thing. I get it. I don't get Hane x Hane.
So Hane has to convince us with his play.
Yeah. I mean, you do see it from time to time where somebody plays this, like loses the first time with one deck and then plays it again and wins in the mirror matchup again.
Yeah, sometimes you just have a bad starting end and then next game you just work it out.
Yeah.
A lot better, but again having some trouble having the perfect defense. One bat to survive. Graveyard, poison.
Good Spear Goblin placement there. And they get a little lucky with those. Mikan gets a little lucky with the spawn from the skeletons in that graveyard as well, because they spawn on his bottom side.
Yeah, good D. It seems like, but still it's not perfect. You're down a lot already before the double elixir time. So what do you do from Hane here? You just save up your baby dragon instead of using it for the graveyard?
You just got to be aggressive. That's your only hope here. But then, what are you going to do for defense?
Yeah, quicker cycle for Mikan, so that's why he's going on to the opposite lane every single time. Yeah, good baby dragon now.
Yeah, Mikan's just spamming you on both sides because he knows full well, he knows you don't have the right defense available.
Then Skeleton does survive for a longer time, making the Skeletons reach just a little more along with that poison.
30 seconds, Mikan's just gonna keep bridge spamming you. Hane's gonna accept the damage this time because he wants to set up for that graveyard push. He's got quite a bit of work to do up on that top right, but look at this push from Mikan. That's so much damage. Oh, and a zap as well. Oh no. Oh, that's a tower down.
Oh, so many Skeletons attached to an Inferno already against the giant Skeleton. With that Spear Goblin, it's down. The Gangs are down for the graveyard. That's 2 games straight for Mikambuya. And Ponos, big time comeback as this guy certainly rising up to his standard, maybe.
Oh, Mikan played excellent. Good. Can't take anything away from him here. I mean, this was a huge win for him. I mean, we're finally starting to see Mikan kind of, him and Expo Master, some of these guys that have been around, they're the real veterans in our league, are finally kind of starting to pick it up again, finding their groove. I don't know.
So you're still not convinced from the deck choice of DragonX Hane?
No!
Me neither. I could understand your face right after. I think he was really... This time he played it different. Okay, save the bar barrel for the skeleton barrel.
Yes.
So that was the biggest difference in cycle. But the main problem was actually what do you do against the Inferno Tower? Inferno Dragon.
Yeah.
He used the Snowball for it, which means that Snowball has to be used. That's another spell for the Dragon instead of all those small units.
Nothing that he has is doing a lot of damage to that Inferno Dragon. I mean, the baby dragon, not much damage. The hunter, unless it's right next to it, not much damage.
So I was ready for a freeze instead of a poison.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Okay, play exactly the same, but a freeze to catch everything.
I think that would have been better.
One big move.
I think that would have been great.
Yeah, I mean, like that had to be like the one change to make everything different.
I think that would have been fantastic, actually.
Yeah, but it was exactly the same.
Yeah. With basically the same result. It's like, what's that phrase? It's like madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, right?
Or like a wheel of fortune, and the fortune hits you every single time the wheel turns around.
Just don't learn.
Yeah, from that many goblins coming at you. So we go to King of the Hill, Pyrameki Hane, Tempura from Detonation.
All right. Well, it's going to be Rad, Kota, Raiki for Ponos. So
no Mikan.
No Mikan
Wow.
here. I think this is part of more just continuing with Ponos' strategy this season. Give everyone a chance to play as much as possible. They seem to really be into that.
Yeah. Making it just a little bit harder for the opponent to guess who it's going to be for 1v1 and also King of the Hill. You don't have to think about the ban cards anymore, but still your deck choices matter so much.
They all have very different play styles as well. I mean, they're Japanese teams, so they tend to lean slightly more towards cycle decks than the other regions. But still, there's all kinds of different stuff. Raiki's got his own, his own style. He likes the Three Musketeers from time to time. So he's always kind of a wild card with that. You never know what he's going to do. We haven't been seeing much lightning in the 1v1s recently as well.
Yeah, because we don't go heavy anymore.
Yeah.
Except for when we bring some RG along with that Knight. RG does pair up okay with that lightning. Let's see. Pictures. Can Detonation take this one? And I think if they win, very likely to go into playoff with just this win from match 27. Where Ponos strikes again.
Yeah, Reyes cheering on Detonation from the stands here today. He wants his team to win big time, of course, and Detonation missed out on the playoffs last season. And so, they want to turn it around and get themselves in for sure. And a lot on the line for them. They've got to go up against a very, very strong Ponos squad that plays very well in King of the Hills a lot of the time. So, we'll see.
Yeah, Pyrameki can't put him down. I think Rad, Kota, Raiki, Jones. It is a strong line of players there from Pono's side. Onyx on it. Did not really convince us in set 2. That just happened. But Tempura, Pyrameki, they've been the better side of things, I think.
Yes, 100%. So, you know, Pyrameki, he just watched Careless do it. Can he do it too? Can he be the star that rises for Detonation Gaming? Maybe. You never know.
That's a good setup before we go to King. I like it. King of the Hill. Detonation Gaming versus Ponos.
All right, get ready. Rad's gonna give you some love. Flip that coin.
Yeah, I got that emote.
Did you buy it?
Spend that money. Spend that Clash Royale casting money into Clash Royale.
It's the vicious cycle that we live in.
Yes. I like the coin sound.
The coin is
and
good.
I love the bandit.
Dude, the emotes are like
It's getting better every single time.
They're so good.
And it makes you want to buy every single time.
I know.
I love it.
Well, that's good. That's what you should do.
Inferno, Lava Cage, Lava Miner for Pyrameki.
Yeah, rip that baby dragon. All right, there is a poison.
Early zap. And a timed poison.
Yep. Great poison.
Yeah, because Pyrameki used the zap already for that Inferno, not going to send that miner.
Yep, no need to. All right, now we're gonna try and do it with the guards. There's a Hunter. He's not quite on the right spot though, so he's gonna get poked a lot by the guards, but the Mega Knight's gonna come down here for Rad. This is quite an interesting little deck Rad's put together.
And a big Mega Knight push. Hunter spread just not enough to reach the tower for the bullet.
Yeah, just coming up short, but it's gonna get one shot.
Ooh, about 200.
Hunter's getting a bit of a buff coming up.
2%.
Yep.
Bit of a buff.
A bit. A little bit.
It might be just enough to limit, but here comes the graveyard. With the tank, defensive miner all of a sudden. Even a zap.
Wow, that was a pretty good graveyard there. He didn't really need to do much else. Get some decent damage, and he's just going to accept the belches.
Yep, good defense though. It was out of guards, so out of all the cards that he wanted to defense against the graveyard.
All right, so Rad is using his Hunter on the right-hand side. He wants to just try to out-push Pyrameki here. He feels like he can get the advantage by doing it this way. He's got to have an answer.
Is that on Mega Knight or it was on the Fisherman, okay?
Ooh, wow. Yeah, now it's on the Mega Knight. And the Hunter's too far away to fully kill the Inferno Dragon.
Yeah, good defense from Pyrameki. Of course, Lava and the pups are already gone on the top left.
Yeah, Pyrameki took a second there to really think about what he wanted to do. But back over to the left-hand side, he goes.
It's really about the zap and the snowball to catch that Inferno Dragon.
Yep, there's the snowball there. He's gonna push that dragon back. This time he's
Guards are doing work, but not enough against all the skeletons.
And the poison is gonna be enough. That is going to finish it. Tries to get a fireball in, but it's not in time. Rad is going to take game number 1 of the King of Dill.
So Pyrameki spends a zap for the first Inferno, for the first lava attack, when he had the miner in his hand. And certainly he had enough elixirs, but because of that early zap, his cycle actually became really weird. I think that was it wasn't a mistake, and Rad just understanding the cycle of your opponent made it really weird for him to play and perfectly defend against the graveyard.
Yeah, it's hard. The guards are okay against the graveyard, but like when the Princess Tower is shooting at a Fisherman and a Mega Knight.
And look at the skeleton spawns.
Yeah, look at all up on the north side.
Yeah.
That's what can you do? Really nicely done. Well, we're gonna move over. It's gonna be Hane x Hane next, and if I see graveyards,
He wants ice cream.
giant skeleton,
Or water.
I'm gonna be a sad panda. I want to see something different from
You're a
Hane X
panda?
Hane. Yes, secretly a
Okay,
panda.
didn't know.
Pandas are...
We're learning something new every day.
We're taking over the world with our softness and our cuddliness. Didn't you know?
I'm sending you back to Pluto, okay?
Aw. I don't want to go back there. It's cold, far away, and not actually a planet. It's too small to be a planet.
So it's a star.
Yeah, it's a star.
Hane X Hane. Well,
He's got a smile, so...
yeah, so he can't, he's, okay. The coach just told him that,
Look, dude.
dude, let's get serious. You can't use the giant skeleton anymore. He said, okay.
I mean, it's okay to use the giant skeleton, just not in the exact same deck.
Yeah.
You gotta do something a little different.
And Mikan says, yeah, beat him twice. You know what to use.
Would you like to know my deck again? Did you forget what I played?
Yeah, just in case. And Rad says, I got it.
Mega Knight's having a lot of success today.
Yes, it does.
Like a lot.
A lot
Game 2.
of Game 2 time.
But it makes sense. I mean, there's not as much P.E.K.K.A. We've seen P.E.K.K.A. kind of fall out of favor. I mean, we still see it, of course, but it isn't like, you know, every other game.
Yeah, because we have so many troops.
Yeah.
So many of those smaller ones. You need the area damage. Dark Prince not as much used. So you can kind of replace that with a bigger, beefy unit that combines in a whole Mega Knight.
Yep. All right, Hane's got bats, so... Okay, this is different.
Is it clone or barrel time? With the bat? What's more feels?
What? Clone.
A lot of clone.
All right, there we go, Hane. I like the change up. Gonna have to accept a little bit of damage, and now we're gonna get a push over onto the right with the guards. And all you got for defense is the flying machine right
Red
now.
also has a lava miner again. So guards miner, a little more than 1500, goes in straight with the lumberjack. Yeah, look how scared Brad is. So he immediately throws out the poison in case of a clone. He's like, okay, poison.
It's okay, though. He still comes out ahead in the exchange.
He does.
It's fine. This is looking pretty good here so far for Rad, but we know that that clone stuff gets real scary in double elixir time.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it gets really nuts.
And with the Skarmy, sometimes you do have to spend the zap. This time just the baby dragon.
Yeah, baby dragon, only one hit from a skeleton.
Okay.
That's okie dokie. This time he's going to try it on the bottom right here again, knowing that there just isn't any good answers in the clone deck for what Rad is doing. He knows he can get that Princess Tower basically for free because there just is nothing.
Yeah, do not want to use the Inferno Dragon or even the Baby Dragon that might pop out.
All right, good pull with the Fisherman. That's going to drag the guy over. The Rage is only going to get a couple of the pups here, so that's pretty decent.
Yeah, the Baby Dragon blocking lots of shots. A good placement of the Baby Dragon.
That was really nicely done by Rad. Now he's got to think this through. How can I come out? Most likely, Hane X Hane is probably going to get enough damage done to knock out the Princess Tower, but Rad is slightly ahead here in Princess Tower damage.
Yeah, 30 seconds, early clone, this is what he wanted. Power's down already, Rad. Can he actually make his own work?
Yeah, Rad knew full well he could just sacrifice, but there's still a very healthy Lava Hound up there for Hane X Hane. It's not going to do too much damage, though, with the Baby Dragon there.
Yeah. Notice the King Tower HP of Hane X Hane, 2400, so that can actually also become an option. So a bigger push from Rad.
Yeah, Rad's going to see if he can take advantage of this and just try to out-bully Hane X Hane before Hane can set up for the clone push.
Yeah, Fisherman right in along with the Miner. Those are a lot of damage.
Okay. The defense was good. Can Hane X Hane make something happen here? He's a little bit behind in Elixir. There's the Baby Dragon. That's going to basically eliminate anything off of that push.
And not this time, he says. He just used the clone. Was full on Elixir. Has to set up for the next attack. Okay, goes to the bats first.
Oh, but it's locked. The Inferno Dragon's locked onto the healthy one. He's going to have to use the snowball to reset it. That's a good snowball. But that is...
But he's going for the King Tower.
Yeah, he's really going for the King tower.
Because he has to defend.
Yes, exactly. He has to defend this right-hand side. That pocket fisherman just able to squeak through the Skarmy.
Through all those skeletons.
What?
Okay, another lava push. Brad can get his poison going, that's the thing. Early clone, basically eliminated from the zap.
Oh no. Yeah, it's Hane. Looks like he's gonna go down. Rad. 2 in a row. This guy is a beast.
That zap predicted or got a little bit lucky with that. I think a little bit of both. That was too quick. It wasn't a react. It was not a zap from reaction.
Oh,
Yeah,
he knew.
Yeah.
He knew what was happening.
Okay, you used clone for defensive use for like the last 3 shots.
I mean, Rad read this like a book. The
Yeah.
whole game. He knew exactly how to play it. He knew he was going to lose 1 Princess Tower. He just, you know, there's just nothing you can do. And using this combo with the miner and the guards, fantastic. Knowing full well there just wasn't much available that's good for defense after the Skarmy's gone.
Yeah. No Lumberjack, no Skarmy. You're good to go. Had the Baby Dragon, but Hane was holding on to the Baby Dragon for a long time. I think for the second minor guard attack, I think he could have used it, which means his own attack was going to be a little bit weaker along with the clone.
Yep. All right, well, it is going to be up to this guy, Tempura, all or nothing here. That is, he's got to win 3 in a row, or else it's going to be Ponos. It's going to be the 5 and 4 team.
Yeah, unless he actually brings out the Boom Boom Pow. He's the last one. Detonation having a lot of success. Yeah, success in their matches, but they need one tonight right now.
Yes.
And still, Rad is the first one. Rukota and the wall of Reggie Jones.
Yes. The absolute behemoth of a man that is Reiki Jones.
Yeah, the Mount Everest turning into Mount Reggie Jones.
Well, he's from Japan, so we should give him Mount Fuji.
Mount Fuji,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, Mount Fuji's also really high, right?
Yeah,
it's really tall.
Really tall. It's crazy. It's weird because it's so much taller than everything else around it in
can
Japan.
see, yeah.
You can see it from like forever away.
Yeah, I could see it from the Shinkansen line all the way through.
Yeah.
It had snow on top too.
Yeah,
Off
it's
the
beautiful.
pipes.
You can see it from Tokyo Tower in Tokyo. The one that looks like the Eiffel Tower. You can actually see on a decently clear day. You can see
Game
Mount
3.
Fuji.
All right, but before that, Rad will be the first opponent for Tempura.
Well played.
Well played. You brought 2 of our men down.
All right, it's gonna be a furnace now for Rad. So will this be RG or will this be the balloon miner that we've been seeing a lot with the furnace today? We will find out. Ooh, Goblin Barrel from Tempura. So here come our Psycho Boys.
Yes. Snowball for a perfect defense. Yeah, not going to be happening anymore with the patch.
All right, it is gonna be the RG from Red. He's gonna suffer a little bit of damage.
Yeah, just is going to eat those Goblin Gang damage. It's not the most dangerous, painful thing in the world. You got an RG ready.
Ooh, okay, nothing locked onto that Mega Minion. It's all going into the RG, so only 1 shot.
Princess locked onto the Dark Prince.
Ooh,
Oh, good prediction.
yeah, really good prediction.
A good read on the height and where it's gonna go. Whereas that could have been dangerous with the area damage from the Dark Prince.
Yeah. Gotta be careful with those fishermen. All right, we're gonna get the RG down and in, and immediately the fisherman's gonna come in, drag him out of here, but that drags him away from some of the defense that Tempura put down. That's gonna get quite a bit of shots in for that RG.
Not happy.
That was
Unhappy.
Yeah, because that's the crying skeleton for sure. I don't think that was what Tempura had in mind there. Oh, the snowball.
Good for the Musketeer, though. 3
Yep.
shots.
Yep.
But he's splitting attacks, and the RG just straight in goes to the bottom left.
Yeah. And you can do this with the Fisherman. You're just going to cycle it through. Get that Mega Minion up there, and then you're going to have a big push onto that left-hand side if you can afford to do it. But you have to get the Furnace down here to deal with this Dark Prince.
Yeah, waiting for that RG or... Okay, missed. Yeah, didn't really want to spend that Goblin Barrel into that timing.
Whoa!
Early Fisherman.
Musketeer locked onto the Princess Tower there.
And Fisherman brings the RG in, even faster of an attack from the RG.
Oh boy, this RG is wailing away.
They got some damage from the Goblin Barrel onto the top right, but not enough.
Now getting some extra damage from the Baby Dragon, but now Tempura's stacking the bridge. He wants to find a way through. The Furnace is going to go down. That's a great Fisherman that's going to keep the Dark Prince from getting his area damage into it. And with a few extra hits.
So 2 hits from the RG will finish the game. Good pull.
Much better. There you go, Tempura. That's the defense you need. Now you've got a shot. Come on in, get that Fisherman
Fisherman's pretty healthy.
Yeah, a lot of really healthy
And then the Goblin's on the left.
Oh, Snowball. That's going to buy him a little bit of time. That Fisherman's still alive and just barely able to survive that as Rad.
So this one is close. You know the RG's coming. Furnace in the middle.
Great Furnace placement. Will the RG? It
One.
gets 1.
Okay,
Is
Goblin.
it lightning? Yes, it is.
Rad had it, and the Furnace kicking in right at the center. Has no way of having the Fisherman pulling that RG anymore. Rad, what a day for Ponos!
A 3-0 for Rad. Your Season 1 Finals MVP comes through big again.
I know.
This guy.
Makeup Boy is so happy he wants to lick him. Maybe not. The face.
Ew. This guy comes up so clutch for Ponos time and time again. And Tempura, so he finally found the right answer to the Royal Giant, but it was too late. So much damage already being done. And then once he finds the answer, then Rad is able to play around it.
Yeah, pro
Fight.
level.
Yep.
It works once, not twice usually.
Yep. Get that Furnace down. And then the Fisherman's pulling into the Furnace or pulling Fire Spirits.
Yeah.
Either way, not ideal.
Yeah, you want that RG locked on. So it was hard placement for the Fisherman anyhow. Every single time he had to think about the cycle. So here's the result. A big day for Group A. Yeah, Kicks making it into top 2. I think they're also guaranteed into the playoff. We have to look into the next page and see if they're yellow or not.
Well, that was a big win for Kicks, and losing to Talon, early on in the season was kind of when they kind of started to falter just a little bit, and then they lost again, and then they've been able to pick it up since, and have been that strong team that we kind of expected, that we all talked about at the beginning of the season as being one of the scariest, if not the scariest team we have here in the Asia.
And now Kicks highlighted in yellow, which means playoff guaranteed.
Yep. And Talon's
Certified from Clash Royale League Asia.
Talon's gray because, unfortunately for them, they will be missing the playoffs this season, and they're going to have to regroup and try to get things squared away there.
Yeah, they still have one more match next week. Yeah, in a different patch. Shocktober, yes! I'm super excited. Man, I'm just really ready for a different patch because I think this balanced patch is actually an excellent patch.
It's going to be a game changer.
Yeah.
Even the Witch change is pretty fascinating. I'm not happy about it because I already don't like the Witch.
I'm just happy about the Fisherman nerf.
Oh, yeah, that was very necessary.
So, final week before we go into the playoff. I think likely by Saturday, we should be having most of the teams guaranteed. And Sunday might be like a death match between few matchups.
Fav and OGN just playing for like, well, okay, so maybe Fav could overcome, depending on what happens on Thursday. If Fav wins and OGN loses, then they're going to be tied.
Yeah, it doesn't matter a lot because first and third go up against second and fourth of the other group.
Yep.
So those matchup also might change depending on the final results, the final games, plus and minus of the set and game. So lots of things to consider when we go into the final few. Yeah, even for the final game, and it's going to be in a different patch. So maybe a heads up of what's going to be like in the playoff.
And I'm just ready for the playoffs. I want to see these two groups mix it up. I want to see OG and Entus play kicks. There's probably only one way that's going to happen, but that's what I really want. That's like my dream matchup right now. And I want to see Fav play against everybody as well, because they've been so much better this season.
How about... I don't think it's possible, but like I want to see a matchup later, like OGN versus DragonX.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like
Korea
what's that
Korea.
going to be like?
Yeah.
As Korea for the last few seasons, it was barely having one team in the playoff, and did not even was not in the finals at all for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So this could be the season for Korea.
Well, we're finally seeing a lot of this younger Korean talent that's been working their way up into the system, finally having, a lot of success. So that's been a lot of fun to see. It's been a lot of fun to see these new players rise here this season.
Yeah, that's it for week 7. Get ready for the Shocktoberfest. Different patch. Final week of Clash Royale League regular season. We'll see you next week.